3, 2, 1.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Oh, show!
Oh,
Oh,
so
my
deal.
God, the kitchen table and the computer just shook. It is, no one was mad that you cut the whole You can go anywhere.
What do I do with that?
Yeah, and the Macho Madness and the Hulkamania.
On top of that, you're the best wrestler of all time. So I absolutely adore you.
For being the cream of the crop, yeah.
Let's go!
Fucking idiot, you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. God. They were saying Sony apparently said that the PlayStation 5. You fucking suckers! Is that the end of it?
Or every pixel of the game engine into the face. Can't say
That
Dallas. Stupid.
What did you know? And that's like part of my Christmas.
There's so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me, you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me is a healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become larger than light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on a grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da. Woo! Welcome back, baby!
Yeah.
Hells is in the house.
Hells is here already. Always the first
Our
and
guy.
the last.
Our guy. He's the
The Alpha and the Omega.
The Alpha and the Omega. And the Hells in between.
He'd be the first person to get any perk that we could offer to any of our audience.
Perkies, the first house of Perkies.
And by perk, we mean
perks.
devastating depression.
Yes.
Welcome to the Break Room Podcast.
Let me ask you this. Is anybody actually happy?
Happy.
Or any of us
No.
feeling a sense of fulfillment today?
Define happy.
Today or like ever?
I'm happy. Well, I'm happy right now.
Happier
Happy
than
right now.
I've been
Hap-
because
happy
the
is
sun
like-
was out when I got here.
Sure,
The
sure.
sun was out when I got here.
So we have fleeting moments of happiness. But do any of us feel fulfilled right now?
Like sustained happiness?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You're asking the wrong
No.
fucking guy over there,
Yeah.
too, by the way.
We're all a bunch
Doesn't
of
matter
fucking
what.
miserable, depressed,
Oh,
am I dead
fucking
yet?
aging.
I'm still alive
Help
and I'm
me.
still fat, so it's not going to get any better. Man.
Glad we started on a good pick-me-up.
Can
here.
get better.
The Pick Me Up podcast. We're very positive.
Yeah, we're so positive.
No, we want fuck that.
little
Fuck that.
Joe.
Fuck that. I'm gonna be honest to our viewers. All right. Fuck you guys.
Listen,
All right?
authenticity.
I'm just kidding.
As long as there's some energy there, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
As
no,
long as
I'm
I'm
just
mumbling,
kidding.
stuttering.
It's all a
bricks.
big nothing.
It's all a big nothing.
People let
Yeah.
you down, and in the end, you die.
And I'm
on
not
your own.
naming any
Oh,
names. You gotta throw that part in there. I'm not naming any names. And in the end, you die in your own arms.
You finally got your gavel back. You happy?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's. I can't really see it, but
Gotta hit it with
you gotta put it near
There
the
it
mic
is.
too. Yeah.
There it is.
Justice.
Justice.
Whenever I make one of my good points tonight, I'm gonna do that.
good points. Yeah.
All my points are good.
Yeah.
Some are sharper than others.
Do we want to get
Yo.
started with a segment we haven't done in a few weeks? And it's called What's in the Box?
What's in the box? God. All right, I'm very excited because something actually just came today, and I thought it was
Oh,
not going to
mama.
come for a little while.
Oh, mama.
But, ooh, WWE Superstars 2-pack.
Daddy!
The American Dream and the American Nightmare come in a 2-pack, available on Mattel Creations website. You can order this now. One of the coolest sets I've seen. I had to have
Yeah.
the son of a plumber does the road.
Yes, Daddy.
You wheel.
Wheel. Hard times.
Hard times, Daddy. Hard times when the textile workers don't make enough money to pay the bill.
They don't get their
That's
Social
hard
Security.
times.
Their Social Security doesn't come that month.
But I will say I'm a little annoyed for those who are into the mint.
they actually
Not a
fucked
10.
up the
Not a
bottom.
10.
So I am planning on opening this one. So
Because you
I'm
got
not going to
2.
lose sleep over
But
it.
they can
'cause I
easily
did
be
buy
open
2.
'cause it's
You
in
got
the-
to.
It's not a sealed. It's not sealed here.
Yeah, but the cardboard is fucked
Don't
up.
be such a pussy.
And the plastic.
Stop
It's
it.
bullshit. All of it.
Come on already.
I like how they have the
But,
belts too. He's got
yeah,
the weight
he's got
belt and the champ belt.
NWA World
NWA
Title.
World Title, and he's also
Yes,
got
daddy.
the weight belt that Chris bought.
The white
on
one.
Cody.
20 years
Oh,
you
nice,
worked
the
for a
white one.
company.
Yeah.
They give you a gold watch, and they say a computer took your job, daddy.
That's
Yeah, what's you know the rest of that, right? That's the line I was hoping for, the watch one.
Yeah, gold watch.
If you're working 20, 30 years, then they give you a watch, slap you on the back, and say, a computer just took your job, daddy.
That's
All right,
hard.
That's nice. That's a good one. I like that.
I also got from the Creations. These are all from the Creations. I got Rio Blast.
He-Man.
This is my dad if he was a He-Man figure. You know,
Oh man,
it's a cowboy.
that's everyone's dad from the '70s.
That's it with the hair and the mustache.
stash, dude.
Burt
It's all-
Reynolds.
it's a classic.
If you didn't have a stash in the '70s, you were a fucking pussy, or you were in the mob.
And then I got Hero. So for those who don't know, they were supposed to come out with another line after the classic Masters Universe line. They were supposed to have the Powers of Grayskull.
Did he drive a
And
cataract?
I don't know if he's
Power of
supposed to be a
Grayskull.
prequel
Continental.
character or if he was supposed to come after He-Man. But basically, instead of having the sword, he had this like staff thing, and he also had the powers of Grayskull. So
Oh,
that was like
I
his
see.
whole shtick.
Yeah,
It
him
got
too.
canceled before
Because
the
he
fact.
had. So there was promo pictures that came out of this character and some of the other characters that were supposed to
He's got
come
a
out.
cape, and he just...
It was like Eldor. It was like this like old guy with like a hood, and he was like almost
Caldor?
like he was almost like Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of character.
Obi-Wan
Wise
Shinobi.
man.
And they ended up canning the line before it happened because the fucking movie sucked and the kids didn't give a shit about He-Man by the late 80s.
Dolph
And
Lundgren.
Transformers, G.I. Joe at that point.
like 87, He-Man died.
Yeah.
It was like, that was it.
Even Thundercats, same thing, right?
And then I got one more guy over here from the, it's too
Whoa.
big to keep over here.
What the fuck? Look at this thing. Look at this son of a.
You got more than one.
More than
No,
one.
just one of those.
You got the other thing over there now.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, well, that's not a purchase from this website.
Special. It's a special.
So I'm gonna
Unlockable.
pop this open.
Whoa, hey. Look at this
Pop
thing.
this open.
Thank God they didn't have this stuff as a kid. If I asked my parents for shit like this, they would have get the fuck out of here.
Well, this is like adult collector kind of
Yeah, I
shit.
know.
This is not like. So
Oh,
this
wow.
is
Yeah, look at that. It's
Panther.
badass.
So this is actually
Panther.
the cat that's the Skeletor answer to Battle Cat, basically. And so that was what like classic of the Master Universe line was that whatever good guy they had like a bad guy equivalent, pretty much. I mean, they had like Zoar, which was
The only thing
the
that's
eagle, and
my
they had-
complaint about this, the original Panther had like the silk texture on his skin.
yeah, they made this one
oh,
metallic.
it's like a crushed
Yeah,
velvet
like a-
thing.
he was
yeah,
flocked.
fuzzy.
yeah.
Kind of like
Felt
a,
like fur.
There was a couple of figures that were flocked from that line. There was also Mossman,
Mossman.
and he smelled like evergreen.
Growing a fucking beard.
And then they had Stinkor that smelled like shit.
He did.
And it was basically a literal repaint of the Merman figure, which was really funny.
That's hilarious.
And then,
That is correct.
so last in what's in the box, but not really a new purchase. This is actually something I've showed off on the show before, but with a new edition.
From our
My good buddy
friend of the show.
Sarge was kind enough to sign my 1 of 100 Rule Breaker Sergeant Slaughter.
Give me a little breakdown on this rule breaker.
So
What is it?
this is a Toy Fair exclusive. There were 2 releases of this. There was 1 of 10 that only went to employees, and then there was 1 of 100 that only went to people that went to that specific Toy Fair.
What's the background on Sarge dressing like that? What happened?
Well, it's
That's heel slaughter.
honestly I don't really know. It's not like
Oh,
I
it
don't think
doesn't
he ever
come from
wore
a
a black
specific-
beret or
Gotcha.
or like a black shirt like that.
Okay.
Unless you're going back to like AWA days or something like that. I don't,
Okay.
I don't
It's like
really, you know.
Throwback crossover.
Isn't that a heel
But
slaughter?
this is supposed. But you have to realize 'cause he
sympathizer.
started off as a heel.
No, but isn't that
he
the
was always a
sympathizer?
heel, and then Iron Sheik was getting so much heat for being a foreigner that they were like, "Well, we'll put heel against heel." And Sergeant Slaughter comes out, and he's not backing down, and Iron Sheik is leaving the ring and he's not backing down, and that's kind of what started their whole thing. And that's when Sergeant Slaughter started doing a face turn because he was the face of America then.
Right.
But he was mainly known as a heel.
He would come out and he would do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and he just got over as a babyface by doing that.
Exactly.
Because the Iron Sheik was just so hated back in that day.
But the exclusivity of this figure, this is for anybody that collects Sergeant Slaughter. This is the holy grail of Sergeant Slaughter collecting.
Where did you get it autographed?
So this is worth more than say like the mail away LJN rubber figure, because that was a mass produced figure, regardless of whether it was a mail away or not. This was only made 100 of in the entire world, and according to Paul, his handler, Sarge really doesn't sign these. So I probably have one of the only ones that are signed. So I'm extremely grateful for that. Thank you so much, Sarge. Love you, buddy. But I did see him at the big event in New York, which was at the Suffolk Credit Union Arena this past Saturday. Had a great time. Mandy came along. She debuted Macho Mandy. She did a gender-bent Macho Man. Really funny.
Macho
Met
no bra.
Hornswoggle briefly. I wish I got a picture with him, but we were in the green room. I didn't want to bug him.
Dylan.
He told me that he liked my content. And then I got a picture with JR and King. And what's really cool, I don't know if you can tell on the show, but I got my podcasting mic similar to how Chris did, but I got it signed by both JR and King. So.
Nice.
And I got a picture with them, so I'm extremely happy. I had always hoped I would at least meet JR once, because these guys are getting older. They don't do a lot of appearances anymore, and it's like JR, as far as I know, has
Yeah,
not
but
done any
when has
appearances
JR
around
ever
here,
done
so-
an appearance with the King?
That's the thing.
that's
man.
That's
never-
the thing, yeah, and it was cool to see them together, like eating lunch together in the back room. It was like, yeah, this is fucking neat. Like this is like my favorite commentating team of all time.
Did you have
right
any
in front
good
of me.
banter or any back and because JR was a little crabby when I met him. It's like, God damn
Well,
it,
yeah,
folks,
J-
we're gonna move
I
along
don't
now.
think JR felt great, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because he just looked kind of rough around the edges. But I did tell him that he was my favorite color commentator of all time, and
Yeah.
they got being an honor for him to sign my mic, and I told him I listened to his audiobook. And I asked him if he had any barbecue sauce, which he didn't.
No,
You think I carried around with me? God damn it! Yeah, he was like a little crabby when I first was approaching, because I had like an armful of things for him to sign.
What helped was I also
But he was
went in the
nice after a
beginning
minute.
of the day, like because they bailed earlier, like they didn't stay the whole con.
yeah.
So I went there like before there was lines, before it got kind of crazy. I was like, let me shoot over there, get my mic signed, because I don't want to catch him at the end of the day or try to catch him while he's leaving.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get a long line myself either, and then start pissing off my.
See, when I gave him my mic to sign, he was like, "Oh, goddamn, it's a pretty nice mic you got here."
Yeah.
You have the same mic as me.
Same one, but then I got King to sign it too, and I grabbed a picture with both of them together, and I'm like, yes, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I saw Flair, saw Bret Hart, saw Great Khali. He's a big motherfucker. Dude. I
Rob
really
Van
didn't get
Dam?
to do a whole lot of
RVD was
socializing. with
RVD
a lot
was
of
there.
the- RVD was there. Oh, you know who else I shook the hand of? Spoke to very, very briefly. Eric Bischoff.
No
Oh
shit.
wow, I
That's
love
cool.
Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff.
Joe hates him, but I love him. He's great. Did you get to chat with him at all?
Very gracious. He actually came over to say hi to Sarge. I actually got him because Sarge was kind of not paying attention. So, okay, Sarge.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Paul,
awesome.
how's Paul?
Paul's good. Paul's great.
Nice.
In fact, I brought some bagels with me, so we all had some breakfast.
Did
I wasn't gonna
Sarge
leave-
have a comfy chair this time or what?
He had the stool. I asked him. I was like, "Do you need us to bring the stool?" He's like, "No, I got him covered. Thanks for thinking of us."
That's funny.
And
You gave him our regards.
I did, of course. Gave the whole gang the regards.
Great guy. Sarge is the
Glad
man.
I got to see him.
Sarge is the man. What a great guy.
Love him.
Paul's the man too.
Love the guy. But yeah, it was a great show. I got an event next week. It's in Baltimore, some kind of trade show.
Baltimore?
Some companies hire me to
Baltimore.
razzle dazzle their booth because they got like a normal product or whatever, and I guess they're
Elevate
get
the
eyes
party.
on it.
I've been to Baltimore once and it was horrible.
Was it horrible? Really?
It was a
Actually, yeah.
like everything there was there, like the windows were like smeared, all of them. Like
There's shit everywhere.
Like not even with
Look what he
shit, just
did, he
like
shit all over the
smudge.
walls.
Everything was smudged. I'll
What's
just
the
put it that way.
beach community in Maryland.
Well, they got like crabbing and shit. I think
Oh, Cape Cod over there.
something. They do lobsters.
It's a retirement community.
I don't know.
It's a retirement
That's where The Wire takes place,
community.
right? In
Oh,
Baltimore.
Yeah. It's
Gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that this weekend. Watching The
You're actually
Wire.
gonna power through?
I'm gonna power through The Wire this weekend.
The
great
Wire?
show. I
I
don't
never
think
saw
you-
The Wire.
Me neither. We should, let's
Excellent.
binge it. Maybe we can
there
talk
you
it
go.
next time. Have you seen The Wire? No, it's fucking. Maybe we can binge it.
How many
We'll be like an
episodes are
Oprah
there
book
of The
club or
Wire?
something. It's like 5 seasons, I think.
Oh, that's a big binge.
I'm rewatching Game of Thrones.
Nice.
Wow.
I love it for
I'm
so
on
many.
episode 5, season 1.
Oh, it's so good at
The-
that point.
The happier times, almost. You know, even though shit's pretty fucked up from the start, but like I'll watch season 1 to like remember the good times, like before everything went to shit. You know,
Before they killed Ned.
before they kill Ned, and before they're really
spoilers.
at each other's throats, and everyone's just
The Lannisters are Lannistering.
yeah.
Little
Heavily.
fingers just twisting the fucking threads of fate over
He's
there.
pulling all the seams.
It's just a great season. Like it's just
Yeah.
I was just talking about how amazing it was that they turned out season after season like clockwork. Every year there was Game of Thrones. Now we can't do shit. We got 2, 3, 4
It's like
fucking
3 years between seasons.
everything. It's
COVID.
disaster. Yeah, strikes and
Strikes and
COVID.
COVID,
It's just been a
yeah, it's-
disaster.
yeah.
The 2020s, but it's amazing. It's a miracle. I said to Phil
You got that many seasons out of it.
that we got like clockwork and at such scale. Like there's never going to be anything of that scale done that way. Filming in 3 fucking locations simultaneously. Fucking they're all over the place. They're in 3 separate countries.
Right.
Beautiful. Everything is just massive scaled. All the CGI was well done. It was never like 3 off, kind of like, oh, it looked like I don't know how they did it. Compared to what's happening, what we've been going through recently, it's a fucking miracle we got all that, even though it ended like very mid.
Can't
Very
talk about Game of
mid-ending.
Thrones without the
Brand
end.
the broken
I'll just mention
storyline.
too. Little Joe's in the house from the dungeon. Hell's Brett with 2 T's. Brett Alt. Good to see you guys.
Brett the Hitman Alt is here.
Brett the alternative heart.
So we have a fun kind of podcast game for you guys tonight, and it's basically your top 5 of something, and you're going to blindly put your top 5 in order without knowing what the next one is that I'm going to say. So you can't rechange the order. So an example of how this would work, I'll give Chris a topic. Let's say his topic is, for example, video games, and I tell him GoldenEye, and he puts GoldenEye at number 1. And the next time I tell him is Grand Theft Auto 5, he can't switch and put Grand Theft Auto 5 number 1 and move GoldenEye down
Oh,
the
so
list.
you're naming them and I'm ranking them.
ranking them blindly.
but
So
you're
you don't know what's
choosing-
coming next. You have no
Okay.
idea what's next.
I got you now.
You have to blindly rank them
gotta
1
give it
to
a 1
5
through
in
5.
order.
I got you. I wasn't understanding before.
You
but now I
capi or
do.
no capi?
Capisco.
Chris has 5 games that he dedicated.
Well, I just use that
playing.
as an example.
I know.
I'm not giving
That's
him games
nice.
because he's only played 3, so it would be
That's
the
not
top
true.
4 games, whatever.
When I play a game, I play it.
Oh, you play
And
it.
people,
Plays it
Play
better
it
than
for
anybody.
15
Vin,
years.
Vin knows
Better
the line.
Than anybody.
Speaking of
Not
health.
only do I play the game, I play it better than you can.
Better than anybody
Better
else.
than
You know
anyone
that's
ever
not
has.
true.
I play Grand Theft Auto better than anyone. I play Minecraft better than anybody. I'll
Okay,
put
but
my
not
fucking.
Halo. When I'm sitting
Actually,
here.
when I got my new monitor, I
Not
did play
here.
Halo better than you.
You can't say that you're the best in Minecraft because somebody literally created a 1-to-1 scale Helm's Deep.
Well, Minecraft, there's so many different
They
things
made
that you
fucking
could do in it.
Helm's Deep. That's insane.
Subjective.
But that's not something they originally
Chris's
created.
mind-
It's something
Speaking
that
of
they're
health.
replicating, which is still admirable. I mean, there's a
Well,
lot of
that's
crazy
like
stuff on
insane.
Minecraft.
She better be hot. That's all I know, right, Chris?
If you're gonna ruin my life, you better at least be very good looking.
I'm going to let Vin go first because I have an easy one for Vin. So, Vin, your category is going to be mob movies.
perfect.
Greatest mob movies of all time. You're going to rank them 1 to 5 without knowing what's next.
Rob's arms.
Oh, boy.
gonna
All
say,
right. I know you're gonna hit me with
Let
the
me know if you're ready.
curveballs.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
I'm actually thinking of it now because I feel like there's only 5 that really come to mind. There's
Yeah,
5
I mean, listen.
key mob movies that come to mind.
Oh, Selig's
and
here
Mickey
too.
Blue
What's up,
Eyes
Selig?
ain't on the fucking
No,
list,
it's not on the
okay?
list.
Get a booty.
You fucking D girl.
Departed.
The Departed as a mob movie. Okay. The Departed as a mob movie.
It's a good one to start with.
Yeah, it's solid because it's a little bit of a curve.
But you know, it's not number one.
It's coming in at a strong 3.
3. All right.
Departed's a 3.
Departed's a 3. Casino.
Casino is a mob movie. It's so good, but it's slightly different in terms of mob theme because it's really heavy about De Niro and Stone, and that's a lot of what's going on.
She's no fucking Sharon Stone.
Casino on the all-time list. We'll put it at 4. 4.
Put that behind The Departed.
The Departed is fucking great.
It's a great movie. Not disputing that, but
You've seen it?
of course I've seen it. I've seen every mob movie.
Whoa, no.
Except
see
Donnie
Donnie
Brasco.
Brasco.
Except Donnie
Every
Brasco.
mob movie.
We're never gonna watch
one of
that.
the key mob movies. You've
Next
seen them all.
next on the list, Vin, is Donnie Brasco.
Donnie
Go
Brasco
figure.
is number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a tough
Holy
watch.
cow.
That's a tough. That one's the thing with Donnie Brasco is like Al Pacino. It's like a sad character almost. You know what I mean? He's
All right.
a man at a time. He's not respected by the crew, and he's obviously getting fucked. I won't spoil the movie,
Okay.
because if I spoiled the 30-year-old fucking movie, Chris will
Right.
never watch it.
Yeah. No, just let,
But
just let it
Johnny
let it rip.
Depp's great in there. It's a great flick, but it's not something I always go
Sonny Black was a rat.
to. So rap.
All right, next one on the list. You got 2 spots left. You have the number 1 and number 2 spot.
mean-
So, Goodfellas,
Goodfellas has to be number 1.
number 1.
It's the number 1 mob movie. I don't think there's a better before they kill.
Okay.
Before they kill not Stubbs.
Tommy?
Jesus Christ. But before Tommy kills
Billy Bats.
Billy Bats.
Yeah.
The whole movie is just on a fucking
Yeah.
dripping.
But
It's
after
so fun.
there's a
A
direct steep, and then the movie.
There's got to be.
I hate. I always love watching the beginning of Goodfellas,
Yeah.
and then when that decline happens, I shut it off because it just makes me depressed.
It's a bummer.
Because it's the
It's
truth.
it's a bummer.
It is a
It's
bummer, man.
Last one on the list: The Godfather Part 2.
2. Okay.
So I mean, you only
You
have
actually
one.
did me a favor by doing that, because then I would have been fucked up. But that's number 2. Godfather 2 is
so
number
you
2.
wouldn't change anything. You like your list.
It's a strong. I think that's a strong list. I think those movies.
Rob
if you
is-
recommended,
I'm sorry, I missed the last one because me and Rob just had a sidebar here.
you said The Godfather 2 is better
Godfather
than
2.
Goodfellas.
No, I hate The Godfather 2.
Oh, okay.
The only part. of
Why
the
don't you
movie-
like 2?
I can't stand 2.
What the fuck?
I can't
I
stand
can't stand
Godfather
3.
2. The only parts that I like of that movie are when they go to Old New York and they go to Sicily.
All right. So what if I said Godfather trilogy? You would still put that at number 2?
Godfather trilogy.
Godfather trilogy. If you're making Godfather all one unit, Godfather has to be the number 1 movie
Yeah,
of all
that's.
time.
I mean, yeah,
It will never, ever, ever. any
there's
movie
only a
ever will
Goodfellas
never
because there was a
top
Godfather.
the first Godfather when that first came out.
Not necessarily.
I don't
true.
know. Goodfellas
That
though.
first Godfather
But
movie.
how
is
how
why all
rewatchable
these
is The
other movies got
Godfather?
made.
Like to me, it's
right.
not.
It's
not,
a little. It's an older movie.
It's slower. It's longer. It's not as quick to like.
Get
Your
into
attention
the-
span is so little these days because of all the shit that we watch on our phones. I couldn't sit and watch The Godfather. I could probably watch it again, but I
Definitely.
wouldn't be able to watch it again and
The
again
Godfather
and again
is
and
the
again.
mob Bible.
Yeah, but I could watch.
That's not what I
I've
said.
seen
That's not what I
Goodfellas
said.
more than I've
Yes,
seen The
yes,
Godfather. It's
yes.
just a fact.
But here's the thing about The
I was
Godfather.
raised on the Godfather.
The Godfather is very buttoned up the whole time in terms of like the characters are all very like
It's the
It's all about-
romanticized fantasy.
There's
of
no
the mob.
gratuitous.
The
violent,
Goodfellas movie
Take a
is
good
the
Goodfellas.
more
You actually have
realistic
you have
story
real
of the mob.
like Tommy being the you know the
Loose cannon.
loose cannon and just the way that they talk to each other and the
What's the
music
matter with
and
you? You an animal?
like the family parties and stuff that they have. Like Godfather was
Godfather humanizes the mob, whereas Goodfellas
Caricature.
humanizes
It had
them
to.
because
They wouldn't-
they get you in
Okay.
with them like you're
Well-
part of the family.
Yeah.
But then you see how fast that shit just ends.
I mean, it's just
When
that
the
quick
money
when the
stops
drugs
or when the
the
fucking
drugs come in. And
you know, that's
it's
it.
the thing. It's the warning of the Godfather because it's the reason he didn't want to get in that business to begin with.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be in the heroin business because he knew what it would lead to, and Goodfellas is a great extension of exactly that.
I don't want it near schools. I don't want it sold to children.
They wanted it in the hood, you know. It was restricted to
Drugs are
selling
turning
it
your
to
mind into mush.
drugs are. It's quotable. Come on, Goodfellas is so quotable.
Way quotable. One of the most.
I mean,
quotable.
apart from
The
you, Rob, who
music.
quotes because you do such a good impression, which we're going to give you the floor to do in just a moment. But apart from your being able to quote The Godfather, like nobody really
Fredo!
quotes The Godfather.
Hello,
too
you
much.
Are you
Fredo.
fucking kidding me?
We quote
Keep your
Goodfellas a
friends
lot more.
close, but your enemies close.
Keep the gun, take the cannoli, take him to the mattresses.
There's so many fucking things. He sleeps
Oh,
with the
I
fishes.
love
I'm
you.
s-
Oh,
maybe
I
it's
love
just the
that part.
times. Maybe it's just the times.
just
But
saying.
it's not
Yeah.
quoted
It's
nearly
one
as
of the
much
most
as
quotable
Goodfellas.
movies of all fucking time.
It's pretty quotable.
Compared to Goodfellas, we quote Goodfellas 100 times more than we ever quote The Godfather.
Goodfellas is more
Now
contemporary.
give us
It's-
some Don Corleone, Rob.
What is that? What is that?
Well, you
What
know,
have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? You come to me in friendship, and the scum that ruins your daughter will be suffering this very day. If by chance an honest man like yourselves to make enemies, they become my enemies, and then they will fear you.
it's funny you said that The Godfather humanizes the mob because that movie couldn't have been made and would not have been allowed to be
Well,
made.
that's the difference. Is
Wouldn't
that the
have
Godfather's about
allowed
a
to
family.
be made because the mob would have never allowed it, and they had their finger on the button to shut that movie down.
Yeah, it was Joe
multiple
Colombo
times,
that made it happen.
But because they actually understood that there was something deeper behind the movie and what Coppola was trying to tell, it was about loyalty, it was about family, it wasn't about gratuitous violence or sex or you know what I mean. It wasn't what kind of Goodfellas.
And they never
is.
once say the word mafia in The Godfather.
Never. Oh, it's not. It's this.
Yeah.
You know, it's this thing of ours. You don't say that if you're
La Familia.
in it. It's not. You don't talk about it in that way. It's not that kind of thing.
La Cosa Nostra.
So the government and the invest. They named it. They put their. That's
Spin
it's
on
the
it,
mob.
yeah.
It's
If
the
you're in it, you're either
mafia.
connected or you're made. You know, it's like it's what you
It's
would
a
really
thing of
say.
ours.
You know?
It's never spoken about even in any kind of specifics because you've ever you speak in a way that's loose.
'Cause the people
because
that
you
talk
could be
about it get
recorded,
killed,
You
that's
could
why.
be getting you could be getting somebody's listening, and the more specific you are, the more likely you are you get pinched. So they're always very loose with what they say and how they
Want to
say
see
it.
helicopters?
That's what fucking helicopters. So yeah, I feel good about that.
All right, Rob, you're gonna be next.
Okay.
Can I just say one of the comments we have here?
Yeah, go for it.
Because it gave me an idea, something for the chat while we go through this next topic.
Yeah.
From the dungeon said if you guys were Goodfellas that I would be Henry Hill. And why?
You
Why
half
me?
Mick.
Why me?
Because you're half Mick.
Yeah, half
Yeah,
Mick.
he's half Mick.
Well, so that's my question for the group is
What
if-
characters
who?
would we
if
be?
what characters would each of us be in Goodfellas? Rob, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Rob would be fucking what's his
Paulie.
name? The
Boss.
yeah,
Paul.
fucking
Paul
Paul
Sorvino.
Sorvino.
Paul Sorvino. Yeah.
Chopping the garlic.
Rob would be
fine.
Paulie. Now I gotta turn my back on you.
Because Paulie didn't
Seven-
move for nobody.
8 fucking aprons you wasted on this guy. You're a real jerk, kid.
That wasn't him that said that, but
No.
No, I know. It was the guy in his shop.
Tootie said
He
it.
comes out and like
Tootie
just
was-
looks. He doesn't actually do anything in that scene.
No, my favorite part of
He
him
doesn't use the phone.
is when Tony Sirico's fucking around outside the building, and he just comes out and says nothing and just looks at them,
So what?
and then he
does
goes
that
back
make
inside,
me-
and he's like, "It's all your fault."
That's right.
That makes me Tommy and Vin Jim.
I think Vin would be Jimmy. I
Jimmy.
mean, Jimmy's
Jimmy's
De Niro, right?
De Niro.
Yeah, yeah. I could see Vin, you
Mix
know.
around.
dun-dun-dun-dun,
Yeah.
dun-dun-dun-dun.
You ever see me get mad?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's
Just
just
I've seen you
fucking
get
quiet.
mad.
the
Fucking
quiet
rage.
anger.
Fucking,
It'll start very
he's
quiet.
got way more fucking anger issues than I do. He's got to trigger him.
He used
fucking
to. I don't
had
know.
what I'm saying.
anger issues in the chat today.
That's what I'm saying. You want to see me? I'll stomp.
I think
I'll
he's
stomp on.
Tommy. If
The
you,
chat.
I switched
Oh,
that.
no. Tommy.
No, you're Tom.
No,
Tommy's
yeah,
just
Tommy.
more of a loose cannon. I'm a concentrated anger.
I
You're
know,
the
but
loose
sometimes
I don't know. I don't know.
Sometimes
You're
I
the
kind of
How
feel
am I
like.
a loose cannon?
How am I a
I love
loose
it.
cannon?
I love it.
Sometimes I feel like I
Funny
kind of
how?
have Tommy
Funny
tendencies.
how? Like I'm a clown.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
use you?
exactly. Fuck.
What the fuck
is
makes
so
me so
goddamn
funny?
Oh boy.
No, Anthony. He's a grown man. He can answer for himself.
He's
What'd
a
he
big
say?
boy. He knows what he said.
Big boys, you know what he said. So many good quotes from Goodfellas.
Also, I like egging people on a little bit, so I'd definitely be like, "Good for you, standing up for yourself.
They say
You
'cause
take those shit off nobody."
Where's my money? Pay it. Where's my money, Morty?
I knew
Where's
Jimmy.
my money?
See,
I knew Jimmy
from
wasn't
the
gonna want the
dungeon-
silencers. I knew I brought him over there for nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
still- they
I
don't
already
fit.
knew
They don't
Jimmy
fit.
wasn't gonna want the silencers.
He wasn't gonna want the guns.
The foot gets
The hoof, the hoof, the hoof.
the whole.
So Dungeon says that Joe would be De Niro's character,
So that's
Okay.
and Yao is saying that I'm Tommy. So we all have different
Chris
aspects.
is
of
Tommy.
I could, just from, I guess talking when I get angry about Uncle
I
Giuseppe.
just can't see you assaulting somebody. I can see Joe assaulting.
Yeah, I'm a
somebody.
pacifist.
They don't want to see me assault somebody.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
ain't getting up.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm also not 5'7" like he is.
5'9" cocksucker.
I'm a fucking
5'9" cocksucker.
5'9" on
It's
the
the
Yellow
average
Pages.
American male height. I am entirely
American
average
male height in
It's
Europe.
5'9".
Terrible.
Look it up.
What are you looking
Look up. Not everyone's fucking
Yeah,
goddamn.
That's what you do your whole life. You look up. Now shut
Yeah,
the
well, you
fuck
know what?
up.
I got a fucking nice full head of hair here, you fucking jealous prick. Got a better head of hair than
Joe.
fucking.
Yeah, but you got tiny legs and baby
I
hands.
got tiny legs. I got fucking. I'm not Zach with the baby hands. Don't try to ascribe. My hands are perfectly fucking sized. You motherfucker, you.
Show me your hands.
And
I
then
wish
fucking one of you guys called me fat in the chat, and I fucking dropped 15 pounds over it. So fuck you.
See?
All right.
Miz is not talking about assault. All right.
Got more hair on my
Anyway.
fucking chest here. All right. So what was your next one?
Rob, do you want 80s, 90s cartoons or do you want video games? What category would you prefer?
I mean, we've done video games so many times. Let's do the cartoons.
Cartoons. All right. So, top 5 cartoons in order. You're going to rank them.
All right.
You don't know what's coming next.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm going to start off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
4.
4.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a 4.
He said like the last episode, he said that was the most influential show of all time, and they put a.
No. I said
Like
it
the
was
last
one of the most influential brands of all time.
Okay.
I
So,
never said the cartoon itself was. 'Cause if you go back and watch the Ninja Turtles cartoon now, it's very fucking
All
cool.
right, I know the 3 that are ahead of it. I know why he said that. I know why.
Yeah, he's reserving those spots.
I know how Joe works, so I know that there's going
You know
to be
it's
stuff.
coming.
That's why maybe you
way
don't
better than
give him
Ninja
one of
Turtles.
them. You
No,
don't
I
give
The
gotta
him
fact
one.
that Ninja
I'm
Turtles
give-
is in the top 5,
It's
you know
in
what
the
I
top
mean?
5.
It's like,
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, easily.
not that I don't
Oh,
like
we got
it.
the
All right,
thumbs
next,
up. Look what he did.
That's it.
Thumbs up.
Next on the list, Rob, for you is your T-shirt, Batman the Animated Series. Now he's sweating. You see? He's looking at the shirt.
It's tough.
It glows in the
because
dark, Rob.
Is there a bad episode of that?
It might be. It might be number 1.
So it might be number 1 or it is number 1. What are you putting it on?
Your number 1, not like
If it's not number 1, it's number 2.
not by anybody
well, I
else.
need an answer here. We got 3 more choices.
No, I know. Fuck. And these are cartoons.
Nobody,
I know. I
not
feel-
a
You know
bit-
what? I'm gonna go with number 1.
Okay.
Number one
80s,
voice
90s.
acting
I mean-
team, probably hands down. Not
Yeah.
even fuck close.
Because when I think about like what's my favorite cartoon of all time, it's
Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, dude.
All right. The next on the list. Would
No,
be,
it's not. He-Man's your fucking.
it's one of my favorite properties. I never said
Oh
the
Jesus
cartoon-
Christ! You see how he fucking
We're talking about the
classifies them
cartoon.
differently?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the intellectual property is the best, but as a cartoon, not so much.
I didn't say toys. I said
He said the cartoons.
not
so you're
toy
saying
line.
I don't fuck.
He's saying
kick you.
specifically the cartoons.
Do toy line maybe next week.
All right,
All
what's next?
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe,
Go Joe.
number 3.
All right, so let's just recap.
Wait, what
because-
what'd you put Ninja
So
Turtles?
far I got Batman is number 1. I got Ninja Turtles is number 4. I got G.I.
Okay.
Joe is number 3.
All right.
So I still have the number 2 and the number 5 spots.
Okay. X-Men.
Tough.
X-Men is.
And it came back, and it was still very good. He's fucking
You
thinking.
know what it is? Because I don't know what he's going to hit me with next.
Thinking, you can't change it. Thinking, yeah.
2.
2. All right. And then that would make He-Man
I agree with that.
number 5.
Number 5, He-Man.
I agree with that.
All right. Recap us your top 5, Rob.
Batman, X-Men, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, He-Man.
That's a great list.
You think
Top
that
5.
falls what you would probably?
I think he nailed it actually, and even he blind nailed it. Even if he had, you wouldn't change.
Well, he
it,
knew
right?
what you were going to ask.
you-
That's
I
why
wouldn't
he,
change- He didn't
Even
know.
if I knew, I wouldn't
He
change
didn't know. Maybe he knew 1 or 2, but he didn't know.
he knew He-Man was going to be in there.
Obviously, it's going to be on there.
That was
As
good.
far as Transformers wasn't on there, I was expecting Transformers.
For me,
He-Man.
I would have put Transformers, on my list.
wouldn't have been on my
He's
list.
not
so
a-
I'm
no.
a
Never did it
Transformers
for me.
guy.
Transformers would be like top 3 on my list, personally, if you had to pick a category for me. Do you want video games, or do you want professional wrestlers for you, Chris? Because video games is going to be a little tough for me to pick because you only played like.
That's so. You guys are so full of shit because there's so many games I play that you don't play.
It says you guys.
But we're talking
I'm
top
not the one
5.
fucking doing
You guys
it.
played
All
Chivalry
right,
once.
all right, fine. You pick
And it was awesome.
gaming, video games, or pro wrestlers. What would you rather have?
I want to do. Fuck, that alone is a tough choice because I know you could throw me for a loop
Yeah.
with wrestlers, but I know you could also throw me for a
Yes,
loop
I
with
can.
games because
Yes, I can.
I can
you're
also
gonna
help with
you're
video
gonna
games.
try to give me different games that I wouldn't
No,
necessarily
I'm gonna
expect.
try to pick games I know you love and played. Obviously, I'm not gonna say Legend of Zelda. You didn't fucking play any of those games.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say God of War. You never played any of those games. I'm
Okay,
gonna
fair enough. Fair enough. Do video games.
video games.
Let's
all
do
right.
it.
I'm curious. Yeah. What?
Chris Sweet's top 5 video games in order:
AKA Jackie Sangria.
blind ranked Janky Sangria,
Trying to keep some
aka
anonymity.
the
stalkers.
GTA Valet. Here we go.
That's right. Just another day in the life of the GTA Valet.
All right, blind rank these 1 to 5. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
So this is gonna get. How many times are we gonna split up GTA? Because I'll put all the fucking top 5 as GTAs if we do
I
that.
can't tell you.
But then that's you
It's
know
blind
I don't
rank.
really like it because then
Oh, no, he doesn't like it.
gotta-
so-
I don't want to take up the whole list with GTA. If you say GTA
It's not
3,
gonna give you all
GTA 4,
GTA. It's
GTA
not
5, I'm gonna put them all on there somewhere.
We're trying to entertain.
Oh yeah,
people.
you have to. That's the whole point. You're ranking them.
If we're specifically talking Vice City, which is probably the one that we all remember.
I'm
the
not
most
going to pick
fondly.
GTA 5. I'll tell you that now.
Shoes of
Okay.
milk.
Damn, you got fucking this guy.
Because it's like he's going to
I
put
just
it
don't think it would be
He's
fair
picking
to
you apart.
choose too many GTAs.
I'm
He's
not-
not gonna do that.
Chris
Why
is
would he
gonna
do that?
If
over.
if
If we wanted a boring show, we would just.
if
Do
5
what we usually
isn't
do.
on the table, because
No.
that still leaves 4 on the table, which I actually like 4 more than 5.
Jesus fucking Christ. The whole point of the game is that you don't know.
Well, now we know, so it's too late. Cat's out of the bag.
It's out of the bag.
Meow.
But he still might put 4. He might put fucking something
might.
else.
You might.
know.
And that's tough for me to choose. So
Might, Rabbit, you
but there's a
might.
lot
You
of other
already-
games.
you already-
There's a lot of other games, and
All right, give us an
Vice
answer.
City would be
I know the 5 that I'm already. I would put it his way.
it's 2 or 3. I just don't know which, because I want to save room for something else. I'll put Vice City for me at a number.
Oh, he's like he was about to say 2.
I was about to say 2, and I'm like 3.
Three, my lord.
Let's just because there might be something else ahead, and this maybe it'll get fucked up, and I won't be happy at
still
the
haven't
end. So
even-
let's put it at 3.
All right.
Put it number 3.
Final answer.
Leaving room
Number
for
3.
Tree. All right,
Tree.
next one on the list, Minecraft.
Minecraft. I love Minecraft. I sunk a lot of time into it. It's definitely a game changer. It's awesome that everybody likes my Minecraft videos right now. But
unto itself.
and I mean the stuff that I've been able to create and like that it's given me the ability for like artistic expression, because I look at it like I'm making art block by block.
Yeah.
And I've always liked building things on like a grid, graph paper, like what MIDI music, GarageBand, that stuff. You're pretty much moving blocks up and down on a grid. And I love that shit. And Minecraft is like in that same vein.
I'm an artist.
I'm an artist.
Give me a
Starving,
fucking tube, I'll get
starving,
something out of it.
starving artist here. We'll put Minecraft at number 5. Put it
Number
at 5.
5. Okay.
I mean, I enjoy it, but it's, you know, it's like a calm, pretty, like, steady, like,
Very relaxing, therapeutic.
it's like, it's not something where you're like, you know, or like, oh, you know,
Warzone.
it's like I'm creating for hours and hours and hours, and my eyes are bleeding at the end of it.
Gotcha.
But it is really nice that that people are like recognizing the shit that I made
All right.
recently. It's
Number
nice
5,
feeling.
Minecraft. Next one on the list for you, Chris, is Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. Snake eater.
Snake.
Snake
You'll
eater.
lead on a tree frog.
I'll put Snake Eater at number 4.
Number 4.
Love Snake Eater, and it's definitely before Minecraft. In some regards, it's before Vice City, but we'll go Snake Eater behind Vice City. Yeah.
All right, so recap our 3 that you got on there so far.
So still don't have the top 2,
Right.
but we have Minecraft at number 5.
Yep.
We have Snake Eater at number 4.
Right.
And we have Vice City at number 3.
All right. Halo 2.
Didn't play the campaign.
I didn't really play Halo 2.
I'm sorry, Halo 3.
Halo 3 is another story.
Didn't play the campaign.
Fuck the campaign. It was never about the campaign
It's
for me.
always about the campaign.
It was
you
never,
cheap
ever,
dumb
ever
fuck.
about the
Oh.
shitty story
Shitty
that nobody
story.
gives a fuck about
Master
except
Chief.
Little Joe.
Nobody cares about
It's
Master
boring
Chief. Listen to
story.
this fucking
It's
idiot.
a boring campaign.
Listen how much
You're
he believes
shooting
in
these
it.
little
He's
grunt
always-
things.
he can't
I always
listen.
hated
He
the
thinks
little
he's right.
goblin grunt things.
The confidence
Fuck
in which
that.
he says
This
this
is
I'm
my
Tommy.
list.
It's amazing.
And I'm Tommy.
He can't
Listen,
talk
That's
to
why.
people.
No.
This is why.
And this
Yao
is
said he's
this
Tommy.
is saying something about Halo, about the multiplayer of
Master
Halo.
Chief is a fucking idiot.
No, forget that. I put it as number. Oh, well, I didn't tell the number yet. But Halo 3 got me to play Xbox. I would have never played Xbox if not for Halo.
See, there would have
3.
been no fucking Halo 3 because
I get that, but
Halo 1 didn't have online fucking multiplayer, but the multiplayer was still so good. That was the beginnings of LAN-based console fucking LAN parties.
doesn't make the story good. And I never gave a
The
shit about
story's
playing the
fucking
story.
Motherfucker.
Don't ruin this for me. We're trying to
Tommy.
wax poetic about the game and not talk about the negative aspects.
So wait,
You are
hold
talking
on.
about the negative.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to talk
Nobody
about how
else-
good the multiplayer
So
is,
you-
and I'm
Nobody
getting
else-
strung up on the cross
Wait a minute.
for the
You've
first
ne-
time.
You've
Well, I don't know.
never played the Halo 3 campaign? It's 4-player
I might have
co-op.
played 3. I might have played 3's campaign and just forgot it. I definitely played the Reach campaign,
Okay, well.
and I played even Halo, the most recent one campaign for
Infinite.
a little bit.
You never played Halo 1 campaign?
Give me a weapon.
No,
Even I did that.
I didn't have Xbox, and I wasn't gonna go back and play it.
What about the Halo Anniversary
Yeah,
Collection?
I'm not gonna play some pixelated bullshit.
Not pixelated. They
No,
updated
you
it.
can. They upgrade the graphics.
It's too late.
You don't have to play
It's
it
too
like
late.
the-
You missed me. Sorry.
Fucking guy.
I don't care about the story.
Too old.
I don't care about the story. But let me say some positive things. What got me to fall in love with Halo and changed everything was the very first time that I picked up the energy sword and the gravity hammer. That was a feeling like nothing else when I had that sword and it was like, and you lunge towards them and you get them. I was absolutely hooked because I've always been a close quarters kind of. When I play any war game, even to this day, I like close quarters. I don't like fucking sniping. Those fucking cocksuckers in Warzone will
I don't know
snipe
how
you
you've never liked Gears of War then.
because Gears of War sucks.
You play Gears of War
I played
multiplayer?
Gears of War and the story was awful, but see, you guys are trying to take me to a negative place.
But
I'm
you play
still
the
trying.
multiplayer?
I'm trying so hard to stick to the positives, and you guys just
never-
want me to
it's-
fucking explode.
It's
not
never
sweet
no.
enough.
The gravity hammer
I didn't play.
was
it. It
so
sucks.
fucking cool, and then like, then
Come
also
on,
what
let's
really
go
makes
there.
it the voiceover, double kill, triple kill, overkill, unfreaking believable, like that. That was
Ball
awesome.
taken.
Ball taken, ball dropped.
Ball taken.
Hold the ball to earn points.
Hold the
It's
ball.
not that hard of a concept. Just fucking hold the ball to earn points. Halo is definitely, it was a game changer for me. The online multiplayer was like nothing else. I loved it. The levels, the maps, the maps,
friendships.
the friendships.
friendships
I became
was-
friends with his cousin through Halo.
Yes, that's.
We would not be friends to this
if it
day,
wasn't for
probably,
Halo.
if not for Halo.
So where does it
Absolutely.
go? Where does it rank?
If I, 2. So I'm holding number 1, and now you're gonna give me a disappointment for number 1, so I feel
So
like shit.
final answer, number 2?
Put it at number 2.
All right. Last one on the list is the Dukes of Hazzard.
That was Rob's idea. I already know Rob whispered that. No, that was. I figured that's what he was whispering to you over
That's
there.
number
before.
1 then, though, right? Because it's by default.
Number 1 worst game.
Any game I give you is
It's the number 1 game that I'm gonna wipe my ass
But
with.
number
quite
1,
literally.
anything I give you, I could say Madden, I could say.
I know you
God
could. You
of
could
War,
fuck me
'cause
if
you
you
hate
wanted.
it.
You could fuck me if
Yeah.
you try.
All right,
I would fuck me.
I'll give you. I know you would.
Could fuck you if you tried.
I'll be nice and I'll say
We all
Super
fuckers.
Mario 64.
Well, that shows that you are my friend.
I got
You are my
class.
friend because he knows. Because the reality is Super Mario 64 has the most replayability. Even to this day, I could pick up Super Mario 64 and play the first level.
Played it last year again on my Nintendo Switch. Got all 120 stores.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
I'm
I-
struggling.
Get the Yoshi
I'm
on
on
the
the
roof?
sand
I
level.
did.
I am struggling.
Oh, the music
Sit-
too.
Yeah, bro, I'm
So
struggling.
there are so many facets of that game that make it number one. The replayability, just it was one of the first 3D games that you ever played.
Yeah.
That got me the N64. I mean the N64 was built on Super Mario 64.
Greatest launch title, in my opinion. of
Oh
all
yeah.
time.
I
used to
the
go
first time
to
I played that game was at my cousin Carl's house. He was having a barbecue, and we went inside and we're like, "Oh my god, he's got the N64!" and like popped it on. It's like dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun. I was like,
Well, no. The very first thing is when you turn on the game and the menu screen, you can pull on his
I
face.
wasn't there for that part. They were already like
Oh,
the
they were
game
already
was
playing
already
it.
on when I walked in, and I'm just like seeing him running around in the castle. I'm like, holy fucking shit!
Rob,
This is
give
like-
me Super Mario when he burns his ass on fire. It's so good.
Pretty good.
He used to do that at work. It'd fucking kill me.
You just hear that shit randomly from like off on the side. Trying to talk to a customer. Yeah, you got to pay $1,000 to get this replaced.
Yeah, I mean, the very first thing when you turn on the game, you could yank his face, which
Yeah.
was just like
Pull
you
his
could
nose,
you
his
could spend
ears,
20 minutes
his
just doing
mustache,
that. You know,
his hat.
yanking him, spinning him around
Yeah.
is funny. And if like you don't do anything for a minute, he'll like fall asleep or whatever.
Yeah.
I love those subtleties in game, like game developers who do shit like that. To me, that
When he's
adds to
idle, he
such
just
a
starts
level
sleeping.
Of, yeah, level of America. Kojima's good with shit like that. He every little aspect of the game, there's attention to the player versus a very like I don't know. Some other games are so dull with it. They almost pretend like there isn't someone playing the game, whereas developers who will try to break that fourth wall a little bit
Right.
brings
Well,
it
let
to
me
a
ask you this,
another
Chris.
level.
What did you like better, Snake Eater or Metal Gear Solid 2?
I'll get to that in a second, but I still want to talk about Super Mario 64 a little bit because I just wanted like there's levels to this day that I remember like the back of my hand. I mean, the first level where you fight the Bomb Bomb King and you race the Koopa, and then the next level where is that the snow levels? The second one?
No.
No.
They were all
It's
open in the
one- it's
beginning.
one with the thwomps and shit.
Yeah, you fight big the king
Yeah.
brick guy,
Yep.
and then the third level is the snow level with
No.
the penguin.
Third level is the underwater level.
No,
Dire Docks?
Well,
No,
I mean,
that was up.
there were
That's number three.
a
That
couple
was
of
on the
those doors
second-
were
that was
open
on
at
the
the
second
beginning.
floor.
You could kind of choose.
Complainer.
They were all open
The
in the
snow
beginning.
levels underground,
No, it's
underneath
not.
in the basement with the fucking with the boo boo house.
No, that's a different snow level.
Oh.
There's multiple snow levels.
What are you talking about? The one with
The
the
very
penguin
first snow level, when you race the guy down the hill,
with the
you race the
penguins.
penguin,
Okay.
and then you could throw the
There's
penguin
two
off
snow
the.
levels. Yeah.
Yeah, there's there might even be 3 snow levels. There's
Oh,
definitely
there is
2.
3 snow levels. You're right.
There's I think even a couple of desert levels.
Wop,
There's
wop, 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 wop.
the music, and I don't know how long every one of
Snuggle.
those songs really is before it loops, but like it would just continuously go forever, and it was great.
Dire Docks like music to this day soothes my soul.
Oh yeah,
I just love the variety because you get in the holiday spirit depending on like where you are, or it puts you in the right season depending on
Yeah.
the level you're on. If it's Christmas or summertime.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, there's no other game that is that like addicting. Like once you play a couple of levels, you got to keep getting more stars.
and like how you could sideways like cartwheel hop and then bounce off of the wall and bounce off that
Yeah.
one and
Next
like, go
year,
up. Those
Super Mario
physics.
64 is 30 years old, and it's still like extremely replayable.
And Rob
Holds
said he
up.
remembers the first time he played it. I remember where I was the first time I played it. I used to have my best friend across the street, Marissa. I remember she had an N64 and going over there and we played the shit out of it. And then I remember my mom, when I finally got an N64, we were in the car and she's like, and you know what else I got you? N64. And I was like, I lost my mind.
I had every color controller. I had the yellow, the green, the blue, the
Those
red.
joysticks, bro.
Yeah. Oh, well, Mario Party is what made you Mario.
Oh,
It would just be
GoldenEye.
like- It would just be like
GoldenEye was
GoldenEye,
GoldenEye is
Yeah.
The fucking
Flaccid.
Atomic Purple controller stopped working on me. The one that came with my.
That's the one you
system.
gave your friend. You're like, all right, yeah, use them.
yeah, and they get mad at you. But Super Mario 64, man, like I could tear up. I've always said that Mario was always like an uncle to me because my parents would just leave me be, and I was raised by Mario. You know what I mean? So Mario is definitely the best. To answer your question, what do I like better, Metal Gear Solid 2 or Snake Eater? I think 2.
Fucking
What I thought.
high.
And I know Joe doesn't like that.
Raiden
Drugs.
over
Well,
fucking
but you're playing as Raiden, but Snake's always
over
there.
Big Boss.
I'm okay with Snake. As long as Snake is there, I was okay with it. And the controls were
Barely
still the
there,
same.
like 25%.
It is.
Metal Gear
he's
Solid
Pliskin.
1 is my favorite of all time.
I just played all through 1. I just beat 1.
It's the
Moved on to
best.
2. It's actually insane, the graphical improvement.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, you
it's
went from
just
PS1 to
shocking.
PS2.
Yeah, but it's just like Metal Gear Solid 1.
If you want
they
to
didn't
see,
even have eyeballs.
if you want to see
They had
2
no- they were
even
just
better,
creases.
it's GameCube Twin Snakes was the remaster of Metal Gear Solid 1.
I don't understand why that isn't the
Metal Gear
one
Solid
in
1,
the
like,
Master
yeah.
Collection.
I
don't
wish
know why
I wish
didn't
they would have
fucking-
put both in because you got to have the PlayStation 1 because it's the
just
classic.
to have it right.
But I
right.
wish they would have. And
But
it's
but
thrown
to
in
be fair, the
Twin
graphics
Snakes.
don't matter because the story
Oh,
and the
it's
gameplay is so good still,
voice acting too.
and it's such an interesting, compelling fucking story they're telling. Nuclear weapons and Galukovich.
Cold War.
Yeah, it's all this just Cold War fallout.
It's been a long time, brother.
It's very weird. It's
I've
eccentric
been
as
waiting
shit.
for this.
Been waiting for this.
When you get in the hallway and there's
Brother!
blood all over the hall, and
Yeah.
you didn't get encountered the ninja yet, and it's just like
Dude, oh, that fight was fucking. That was a little bit annoying. I feel like I got
the
stuck.
music also is.
I
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah.
every
too,
sound,
very-
all the
and
sounds, the
loved
calls,
it.
the guns, like
everything.
The Russians.
it's insane.
I love Snake Eater.
It's
but
actually shocking. Sorry, I'm just saying, like, it's shocking how much is in that game for a PS1 game.
Oh,
Playing
yeah.
it, I'm just
Two-
like,
it's a
how
double.
did
it was
they
a,
do this?
2 discs.
Right.
When it first
Similar
came
to
out,
Resident Evil 2.
It was
like
2 discs.
I remember
that
like
next level.
playing that in the me and my brothers. We had like a tent and playing that like in the backyard, and
Oh,
like
that's cool.
when the freaking when a guard caught you and you hear that alert sound, like it makes you jump.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's
man.
like shit.
Oh yeah.
And then the music, and then the radar disappears,
Yep.
and then they start shooting you,
Yep.
and you gotta run, and you gotta hide, and then you can go inside of a locker, and then you could see through the little slits in the locker, and they're like looking for you, and they're clearing out the room. You're like, don't open the fucking door, don't open the door, and they'll like walk right up to the door, and they'll look at it, like,
It was
They
the
turn
first
around.
game that I played that had really, for its time, this is 1998, really good AI.
yeah,
Hide in
You
the
could- you
box.
could-
capable.
Knock and they'd be like, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
What? What
You
was
could
that?
like throw a used clip. You could leave out the magazine, like you could leave out a porno mag on the floor, and it'd be like, oh, and then, you know, like get distracted. Like, and, I mean, I don't know if that was in 1. I know in 2 and 3 they had that.
Yeah, it was.
And they just kept building on it. I mean, 2 was awesome, and then 3 they introduced like the camouflage, and you got to do the face paint
Eating.
depending on the environment that you're in, and like you know, you could literally be hiding in a bush and they could step right over you and they wouldn't know.
Yep.
Like, and it just got better and better. I
Yeah.
think, and then it kind of
4 kind of fizzled out. It was more like a
4 was like a
cinematic
movie. It was- and you couldn't pause it.
Cutscenes,
You 4, I'm not even exaggerating. You would be in like an hour and a half cutscene,
and
and
5 was
you would have to
kinda-
take a piss, and you
yeah.
couldn't leave the room
Yeah, it's still
because you didn't want to miss anything.
Now you can pause.
I bought
They
a,
made it
a
where you
$600 PS3 to play Sons of Liberty.
That's the bitch of it, man. That game is another trapped game. Like,
Yeah, you can't. it's
fucking
nothing-
play
It's
it.
not on anything else.
What was the other one I was playing on PS3?
Snake Eater?
No.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, Snake Eater, Metal
it?
Gear Solid 4, which I don't think you ever played.
5
That
was
is a
on,
PS3 game.
PS4.
You played Peace Walker.
Peace Walker.
Couldn't get into.
I
couldn't
like
finish the end.
Peace Walker. It was different.
That was a
little different.
PSP game, right?
I
It was a
actually-
PSP game. It was
I never
pretty much
finished it.
it was like a PSP version of Snake Eater,
Right.
but they added this whole base building element to it,
That
which
they had in
pretty
5.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started in Peace Walker, and you could like balloon guys up and
Yep.
capture them, and
Yep.
then you know
Yeah, that's happened. That's what he did in 5. 5 was all right. It wasn't great. It was all right.
5.
To not have
interesting.
The voice actor, it just didn't do it. For
I
me.
just kind of
Kiefer
like the
Sutherland,
characters in 2 better, like Vamp and
100%.
Lady Fortune.
100%.
I mean, I liked the villains in 3 as well, Snake Eater as well, but they were very like themed. You know, it was the fear
Sniper,
and the anger, the fury, and the end, and
Yeah,
they were. I mean, man, I love them
nothing
both
beats
almost
1.
equally.
Like nothing beats like the Foxhound team from 1, like Raven,
Oh,
Revolver,
Revolver,
Ocelot. It's just
See, one's well. Do you mean as the
Sniper
villains? You're
Wolf.
saying,
Yeah.
the villains.
villains best.
Oh,
1
actually-
is solid is the best.
Revolver's real
Revolver
name is
Ocelot.
like Shoshana?
Shalashashka.
Shalashashka. When he said that,
But that
I
might
was
be like a
rolling,
code
bro.
name too, because
I think
he.
that's his real name. And Fox
Well,
Hunt
you'll
is
so
Revolver.
you meet a young Ocelot in Metal Gear Snake Eater.
Snake Eater.
You
Okay.
see him as like a kid, like a rookie, and you're not playing as Solid Snake. Now you're playing as,
Boss.
but he at that moment he's not the boss. He's known as Naked Snake.
Right.
So that's his
He's the
initial code
source
name.
of the clone.
Because he was, I think, also Jack, and then they're like, we're gonna call you Naked Snake, or
Naked
just Snake for short. And then he has to defeat.
And you have no.
So when he kills the
you have
boss,
no,
he becomes the boss, right?
No, you have no.
Yes.
You have no stealth suit.
you
You're just
no.
in your,
Yeah. I mean, you could be
Right,
like
yeah.
shirtless sometimes, but no. You got. I mean, in Snake Eater, specifically, you have. That's where they introduced actual camo, where you have to
Oh.
change your camo. Like if you're in grass, you put on the camo like green grass and face paint as well, and you actually had a meter of how much you blended in with your environment.
Oh,
So
I didn't
if
know that.
yeah,
Okay. I
yeah,
didn't
that's
get
something
there
that they introduced, and they also introduced in Snake Eater like a health and a healing system that was awesome, and still no game comes close to it. If you had a bullet wound, you had to do like a medical procedure on yourself. You would have to go to the knife and extract the bullet. Then you would have to like suture up the wounds. Then you would have to grab the disinfectant and then a bandage, or like if you had a cut. You had to actually,
With
yes,
an order
cuts
of
you would have to sew
operations,
up.
yeah.
Guy's next. Kojima's next
Dude,
level.
if you had
His
burns,
games
you
are
had to apply
everything about it.
ointment. Like it was Snake Eater introduced a lot of new, groundbreaking things that still really aren't
Very
done to this day.
Immersive amounts of detail. That's
Yeah.
what's immersive to me. It's not just like graphic fidelity or 4K.
You felt
It's-
like you're in the jungle and you're
Yes.
hunting and you're being hunted. It's,
And they had a lot of
That's-
animals too.
that's
Like a lot of
something.
games skimp on the animals. I mean, even in Grand Theft Auto 5, they didn't have online animals forever. Like they had, you'd
I
see
think Red Dead 2 had the best animal.
Red Dead 2 has by far the best environment
of
You
animals.
feel-
yeah.
in here when you're just standing there. The birds, the
Right.
you
It
can
almost
hear the
lulls you
wind
into a
and the
false
bushes,
sense of security, and then something happens.
and then you
until
get
you find a
like
crocodile or
fucking
something.
cougar comes up on you.
I don't know
Gets
though.
off the shit.
I kind of almost feel like, and I love Red Dead more than anybody, but
It's always got to be anybody.
more than anybody.
More than-
That's it.
I put more hours in Red Dead than anybody combined. But I think Snake Eater, I felt more like
Immersed.
because
Did a little Joe Platinum it though?
Yes.
what Red Dead?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, but when you ate the animals in Snake Eater, like the first time you eat any animal, there's like a special animation for it that plays. Like when he first eats a snake, you'll actually see him like
tears it.
go and
Yeah.
bite it, God, and
It's
like
like Chewy, so he's like ripping it. Like,
yeah.
Sucks.
But then also like some of the things he ate, he'd be like ugh,
Ugh.
like
It would make him
disgusting,
throw up.
or he'd throw up.
Yeah.
Even some of them would poison him.
Poison him.
Or it would go spoiled, and he'd be like, "It's rotten." But then, dude, it's so funny. I can't wait for you to play. And then, like when you eat the fish and it's like still wriggling, like Red Dead, there's like a skinning animation, and then like
Yeah.
it goes into your inventory and you eat the meat, but it's like,
Chilling by the fire.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Red Dead's awesome too, and there's so many. And Red Dead wasn't even on the list of the top 5, which it would be on my actual top 5. So
All right.
I don't know what would be booted out, but it was a good one.
Good list.
People really
do you
love
wanna-
Halo, dude.
Do you want to do my list for me?
Yes.
Well, let's what
Oh, fuck.
category would you guys pick for me? Let's do it.
I don't want to do specifically what you said, which you
What did I
were
say,
saying
WrestleManias.
the top 5 WrestleManias of all time. But I want to open that a little bit more up to just say
Pay-per-views.
the top 5 wrestling pay-per-view views of all time.
God.
Because that
Oh,
opens
God.
it up beyond WrestleMania.
But
I
it's
also can't
WrestleMania
remember
season.
every WrestleMania, but I
Hey,
can
that's
remember
fine. No,
different
that's fair. There's a lot of
pay-per-views.
games,
What
a lot
about
of movies.
matches? WrestleMania matches. I mean, you don't have to pick wrestling. I mean, it's WrestleMania season. We're watching SmackDown, but I mean, you could pick a different category for me. But like, if you think that's the best
It's
category,
just tough because I don't know the specific WrestleManias, what happened on each.
What?
well then just
It's there's
People have
fucking
some
35
really-
WrestleManias now.
well,
at
then
this
just pick
point.
real-
wrestlers. That's an easy one.
Would you do wrestlers?
I do wrestlers.
Dungeon, what? That's crazy, bud.
What did you
What
say?
would you say?
He said Red Dead Redemption has no comparison to the Batman Arkham series.
You're crazy.
Two
That's-
different. I mean,
crazy.
I see
You
where
could
he's
say,
going.
hey,
with that.
Spider-Man, Batman. Like I
No,
could do
Batman's
that back
way
and forth.
better than
I could just-
Spider-Man.
right, I could do that back and
Close.
forth. But Red Dead,
Come
Red
on,
Dead
you know you
1?
like that prom.
John Marston. Come on now. Come on, let's get real. Not only
All right,
that,
so am I doing WrestleMania matches, or
Do top.
I like the
wrestlers?
We're gonna do
backlash.
top 5 wrestlers of all time. But I get to control the list a little bit here.
You got the dais?
And I almost
Got
want
the
to
days,
take
got
one
the
person
days.
off the
You have
list
to.
so that
Well,
it
you can't
creates
take Brett
room.
because
got
as
to.
soon
But
as
then
you-
that's an automatic slot. That's why I wanted. So let's say he's automatically number 1.
Without even the
So it's
5.
the-
So we'll do the top 6 with
Top
Brett being 1 already.
All right,
We'll do that for you. We'll make a special dispensation for you.
all right, here we go.
The,
two to
the
six.
jury agrees,
I'm
right?
doing 2 to 6.
Jury agrees.
Help.
All say aye.
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 All right. All right. I'm waiting to use that.
All right, do the intro. Top 5.
Top 5 wrestlers of all time, not counting Bret Hart because we already know that you're going to put him at number 1.
He's diamond level.
So it would
S
it would
tier.
just be too easy.
Start a platinum.
All right. Macho Man, Randy Savage.
So 2 would be my 1. Is that how you want me to do it?
Yeah,
No,
we're just
no,
pretending
no.
Bret Hart's not on the list. Like we're
Oh,
just-
so my 1 is still.
you could put somebody as 1,
Okay.
but not counting Bret Hart.
1A.
1A. 1A. So
Wow.
Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah. Yeah.
To this day.
Get me to the boiling point.
Miss Elizabeth.
2.
2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Number 2. Holds up. He's Mario 64. 30 years later,
Yeah.
everything he did
He's
it
evergreen.
holds
Dude.
up.
He's
All the
always.
moves.
Everything. His matches, his promos, everything. His attire, like his iconic like entrances, holds up.
Okay. All right. So that was easy for him.
Yeah.
Don't say Shawn Michaels because
William Regal.
don't say William.
Motherfucker.
Don't give him your list.
No, no.
Do you want to totally do the
Kurt
list?
Angle.
Yes, daddy.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. That's a good one.
What are they calling him now? They don't want to.
Perk Angle?
He doesn't like Perk. No, that was the
Doesn't
new
like
one.
Perk Angle.
Kurt Angle. Shit. I don't know who else you're gonna put on the list. So
Yeah, don't
that's
start.
really
Don't start with that shit.
fuck.
A cup of milk, you know,
Angle.
cold glass of milk.
Only because he had a shorter career like peak. Like he was like basically 2000 to like 2005. I would put
Well,
him.
you're
in.
not counting TNA, unfortunately.
I can count
Unfortunately.
TNA. He had a great run in TNA, but some of it was not as exposed as it was when he was in the WWF.
Right.
And he did have some crazy matches with AJ Styles, Samoa Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Jumping off stuff.
crazy man. Even
Nuts.
Abyss, he had like crazy matches with Abyss, like hardcore matches.
Does he have better matches than Triple H?
Not even close.
Yeah, Kurt Angle.
Way better matches than Triple H. Not even remotely in the same.
But you're
fucking
comparing an Olympic gold medalist
broken
in the ring.
freaking neck.
Top 10 all time.
Was he a better heel than Triple H? No.
Absolutely.
Kurt Angle, a stronger heel, more hated than
Fucking
Triple H.
booed out of the garden everywhere. He
I
went
love. Hey,
against
I love Kurt Angle, but
Angle for abstinence.
but that was the thing. He was like a heel that you liked. You know, he wasn't. You didn't hate him.
I don't
Triple
know,
H, you
though.
hated.
He was the anti.
Yeah, but Triple H had enough of
At
you
one point,
already.
he was only anti. Well, he was anti Stone Cold when Stone Cold was the bad guy,
Yeah,
and that
that's
was
right,
when
right.
Kurt Angle was the
But
good guy.
That was
right
the
after
era,
9/11.
That's the era of the anti-hero. You know, like, you know what I mean?
Well, they
Everyone
turned
loves
off.
Stone Cold's the most loved heel ever. If
Jimmy
he's a heel.
Crackhorn, and I don't care.
Oh boy.
I want Olympic gold.
Classic. Classic. The milk.
That's tough. I don't know who else you're going to put on this list because if you don't put who
don't
I'm
start,
thinking you'll put, it'll
motherfuckers.
regret
You
it.
and
So
Chris.
I'm just going to say this, number 5.
Wow. Wow. You
I
put
got a
Macho
good, I
before
got a
him.
good one for his list.
Absolutely.
Macho before
Yeah, give it
Kurt?
to him.
How
Owen
could
Hart.
Number
Not
s-
re-
not
not
even.
register?
You
not
don't like
even-
Owen Hart?
No.
Well, I mean, hey, look, if he, you know, if he was,
Not top 5.
if he survived, maybe he would have been on the top. You never know,
not
man.
Top
He,
5.
well, he was a great technician too. He could have been,
He's great.
You
And
can
not-
agree.
Not top 5.
But his top 5.
but I mean, if he never passed, you don't think
Not
maybe
top-
he could have
never.
gotten on there?
Never.
Wow.
He's not. He wasn't marketable enough. He didn't have a good enough look. He wasn't big enough.
Mike Skill.
He didn't have the. He had a whiny, I hate you, Mike Skill. He wasn't able to kind of be the biggest baby face in the company like a Cody Rhodes or a Bret Hart. Like he could be. You could cheer for him, but it's almost like a sympathetic cheer, like because he's a
little
smaller,
bro.
younger little
little
bro.
bro.
There's no way Owen Hart, regardless of God rest his soul, would have ever made my top 5 list.
What about Dusty?
That was the one I was going
No.
to throw there. But
Not even Dusty.
No,
I wasn't
overrated.
gonna-
Overrated. Good.
But here's the thing: you also don't get to
Undertaker.
choose.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't get to
What-
choose.
you guys picking like my. So you only gave
So
me
if we
Macho
put
Man
bottom
and
of
Kurt
the
Angle.
barrel.
So we got Macho Man and Kurt Angle on the books.
All right.
Owen, we already know
No, it's not.
wouldn't register.
that was a nugget. I'm saying
The Undertaker.
4.
4.
strong.
Probably, yeah, 4 Undertaker, longevity wise. You got to think the first probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years of his WWF career, he did zombie matches where he would sit up like fucking Jason Voorhees, and the match quality was not there. He didn't really do promos. He did Rest in Peace, Yokozuna.
It was all Paul.
Oh, yes!
But I think the aura and when the lights shone.
Great
That was what
character,
made him
great
famous.
entrance,
Like, oh,
great
shit.
look.
You couldn't help but be like, oh.
He can turn it on at the flash of lightning. He would be really slow, and then he would just come out of nowhere with a flying clothesline or do the catwalk, on the top rope.
Plus, he
like,
personally gave a lot back to the
definitely,
wrestling
like
industry.
he would be a top
Yeah.
10 on anybody's list of all time.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even put him on my top 5 list.
Jesus, fuck.
No.
It's a-
But if you're giving me that, I'm obviously.
Yeah.
Sure. So let's recap. What do we got so far?
So you got number 5 Kurt Angle, number 4 The Undertaker, and Macho Man takes the number 2 spot. So we have 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
So it's like,
And I know who he's reserving for number 1.
well, if you say it, yes, but if you don't say it, then I have to. That's the part of the game. Like you don't have to say.
I almost want to put a surprise on there.
What about?
Somebody.
Curveball.
That's what that was my surprise.
Well, I mean, it's just you're not supposed to tell me. It's supposed to.
I know, but that'll make it too easy
it's
for you. 'cause
blind
You
list.
want that, so you could slot him there, and you could slot the other guy there. I already know what you want.
You should have
You
thought.
stutter and prick
You
you.
should have thought these 5 out way. You started hot with Macho Man. That was tough for
I'll
me.
give you a good one. Well, Taker, I thought that was Vin's idea. Taker, I thought that was a good one. He was kind of like a curveball because I know that he's not on your top 5 favorites.
No.
But now he's got to be somewhere, right? So,
Yeah.
surprised you would you put him before Kurt Angle if you had known?
Not in terms of in ring. Like if you're giving me like an overall, like body of work, career, longevity, yes, he would be above Kurt Angle on my list. But if you're just telling me like, whose match would I rather watch today? If I were to go back and watch an Undertaker match or a Kurt Angle match, it's a Kurt Angle match all day,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. All right, so we got 2 more. There's so many options.
Tons of options. We're not doing Brett. That's fine.
Yeah.
You have some really big names that you can.
I know there's too many big names. That's where I'm
Well.
trying to choose what's the best ones. You guys have any before I?
I was thinking one.
What are you thinking?
I mean, there's the obvious one that we're not going to hit you with because.
He's saving number 1.
Yeah.
Actually, that's true.
But
We could save the obvious one because there's 2 obvious ones.
Roddy Piper.
Well,
He wouldn't have been on this list.
wouldn't be on my top 5, but you want to say Roddy Piper?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
going
saying
number,
Roddy Piper.
He's number 3. Because that's all I have left is 1 and 3. He'd be 3.
All right, so I'm gonna change this up a little bit. Number 1.
Well, whoever you say next is by default number 1. I
No,
can't
see,
change-
I'm gonna give you a choice. I'm gonna give you some artistic freedom. Does the jury agree?
Well, I don't know what I'm agreeing to.
Okay. You have to choose one, Joe. Whoops.
Nice.
You have to
Whose
choose
face it
one.
goes?
Already chosen.
Hulk Hogan.
He said her.
Hulk Hogan.
Hmm.
The
Announced-
Rock.
It's tainted.
Or not Stone Cold Steve Austin, but Cody Rhodes. You cocksucker.
So say that again, Hulk Hogan.
So you
The
have to
Rock?
choose for your number 1 now. We'll give you the free will there. You could choose Hogan. You could choose Cody. He may not be there yet, but he will be. He's currently.
Not
or-
top 5.
Or The Rock.
Too early for Cody.
Cody's number
Rock,
one.
never a big fan of The Rock. So that's Hulk Hogan.
Mm.
The Hulkster's
But
number
do you still
one.
feel the same way about Hogan as you used to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like he's becoming a caricature of himself now,
he's
Have you seen these Real American beer commercials that they're doing?
Real American beer bar, and then he starts doing the
yeah.
Boy.
like the Hulk Hogan noises when he would do the chops and stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
He's
be
showing a
having
little
this
bit.
conversation. I wouldn't be making a list if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan.
Sure.
So how could I
you
not put
wouldn't.
him on the list? Like, he didn't fucking, rape kids or have a fucking baby oil party, or I mean, what are we
Yeah,
talking?
right.
What are we
Right,
talking
right.
about here?
There's never anything to the
You know?
extremes that we're seeing nowadays.
No, I just think
No, still some bad.
Hulk Hogan is
Well, Not to mention.
he's this larger than life act that he had to portray to kind of give the American public like a hero in the 80s. Like when you think about the 80s, there's like you could make a top 5 list of like the most popular just things, like people, things, shows, cartoons, toys, whatever, sports icons. Like Hulk Hogan's on top 5 in the 80s for anybody's list.
Yes.
Like, and that's a decade of like
No way
he's the
around it.
most recognizable person. So how could he not be on anybody's list? If you're not putting him on your list, you're just hating and you're full of fucking shit.
Okay, so let's
You're
do this
being,
to you, though. Let's just
recency
twist your
bias.
arm a little bit more here. Stone Cold or Hogan, who takes number 1?
That's tough because
If you can replace Hogan with Stone Cold for number 1, and this is also yours. You're it's more to it.
Stone Cold would be number 1
of course.
on my list.
That's why I didn't want to
It's
just
tough.
name them because it's
Stone
too
Cold
easy.
would also be above Brett as like who I thought like had bigger impact. But like personally, I would rather go back and watch a Bret Hart match than a Stone Cold match. But what you're watching on Stone Cold is the memories. You're watching him drive the beer truck. You're watching him, hit McMahon in the balls. You're having him put the gun to his head and it says "Bang 316."
Stomp
So
a
like
mud hole.
the moments
Monster
that Stone
truck.
Cold had, not the like when the bell rang.
Well, he
But
was
the moments he
banged
had
up.
were just you could watch that all day and it was so entertaining.
Yeah.
But if you want to ring the bell and just watch a match, Bret Hart is number 1 on my list ever.
and
But also, Austin had to change his wrestling style because Owen dropped him on his head. And he
Even
broke
if he
his
didn't,
neck.
Bret Hart would still be
And his
way
knees were
above him.
fucked up. Well, yeah, Bret Hart. I'm just saying, Stone Cold wasn't able to be like if you watch Stone Cold before,
Well,
when he was younger,
I
like he
went
was
to,
moving
uh,
around.
I went to Survivor Series '96 in Madison Square Garden. That's the first time I met Bret. The weekend before on Saturday,
What?
and one of the main matches on that was Stone Cold and Bret Hart for the first time.
What?
And this is before he had knee braces. This is before Owen dropped him on his
Bionic
head.
Redneck.
What?
It was a great match.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's one of his best matches.
But after that, they had the WrestleMania 13 match, which was fucking the WrestleMania 13. I'll say this, I'll go on record: Bret Hart versus Stone Cold from WrestleMania 13 is the greatest professional wrestling match of all time.
It's the one where he's bleeding, right?
Number 1,
the
bleeding in
model.
the sharpshooter.
Gushing blood as
Number
he's
one.
getting the sharpshooter.
The story that they told when Bret Hart came out, he was the babyface, and Stone Cold was hated. And then by the time the match ended, they switched roles. Is beautiful storytelling. It's perfect. Like there's not 2 guys that can go into a
Double
match,
turn.
start this way and then end this way and have such an impact.
Right.
Because that catapulted Stone Cold to heights that no one saw that he was going to achieve. No one, they thought, oh, he's the next kind of guy. He's getting popular.
316.
316 shirts all over the place. He's selling merchandise, but no one expected what was after that to come. No one.
The only
Ice
thing that
pick.
comes close to that, though, is when Hogan and The Rock faced off. Because they tried to build that with Hogan being the bad guy and Rock being the
But
guy
the
that
only
everyone
part,
loved.
The Rock kind of stayed a babyface for a bit. He didn't turn heel immediately. Like after a while, he went away, and then he did the Hollywood Rock, and that was really good. Like I really liked Hollywood Rock.
Yeah,
a
well,
lot.
more so, I mean, during the match, they on the fly
Yeah.
during the match
Yeah, they
realized the
switched it.
crowd was
Yeah.
all of a sudden chanting Hogan. Like they
Yeah.
weren't expecting that he was supposed to be the bad guy.
I think they expected it.
Maybe, but then what ended up happening is
Let's go with the flow. Let's be flexible here.
well, there's certain things
Well,
that
Hogan never planned the match out, right?
Oh, he did.
Oh, I
no,
thought
they'll plan it out, but they'll call stuff in during the match, and that's the thing is they'll improvise during the match. And there are certain things that only bad guys do and only good guys do.
Right.
So like the little chicken shit moves where, like for instance, I knew John Cena was going to turn heel that night just recently because the way that he beat Punk. He beat Punk with somebody else knocking him out.
Right.
Rollins knocked him out and then he
Yeah.
capitalized, and it's like
Right.
it's not really a way to make the good guy look like a good guy. Like
Right.
if Captain America only wins because fucking I don't know, I
Yeah.
can't think of a good comparison.
Yeah, you're on the money with that. Yeah, you're on the
Not
money.
even that. It's like if Captain America won because Thanos knocked out whoever another villain would be. It's like, well, okay. So yeah, there's certain things that only a bad guy will do and a good guy. And during that
Switch
match,
over to SmackDown. Is that Cody talking?
no, it was the Street Profits. I think. Nothing interesting. Yeah, it's these jabronis. There's nothing going on in SmackDown.
I can't
right now.
stand their outfits.
Well, it's got to
Oh,
be
you're
coming
not-
up on 11 o'clock. If you're watching, we're watching SmackDown's Friday.
10. It's only
Um,
10:15.
Yeah, so it goes on to 11. So I think Cody and Cena might be the last segment.
Oh yeah, they're
wanna
definitely
wa-
saving
you
that so
wanna
people
watch
have
that.
to watch the whole thing.
No, I think that was a good list. Like you gave me Stone Cold, Macho Man, Rowdy Piper, Undertaker, Kurt Angle. That's a solid top 5 list in anybody's card. It wouldn't be my personal top 5, but those guys that are on that list are top 10 on almost everybody's list. Would have to be
Do you think that Cody will ever get?
a top 5.
I was going to say top
He's
one,
he's
top 3.
It's too early because you have to have a long body of work. So he's had the American Nightmare run in WWE for 3 years, and it's been 3 really good years where people who aren't really invested in wrestling or not invested in wrestling anymore, Vin, Rob, even Yao, are back into wrestling like heavy duty, and that's because of the story with Cody and his all that stuff that came about. He's buying toys, I'm buying merchandise for Cody. I got more Cody stuff than I do Hulk Hogan stuff right now.
Yeah, I have more Cody stuff than anybody. I think
got
at
more
this
Cody
point.
stuff than I do Stone
than
Cold
anybody
stuff.
ever.
I got two Cody autographs. I mean, I got
Yeah,
the weight belt
so
and the wing.
Could
beater.
he come into the top 3?
He's
Yes,
huffing the.
but it's too early.
Yeah.
It's way too early.
Well, it's weird because you have to hate them and then love them and hate them and love them,
Not
and we haven't really
you can
hated.
you can love them forever. It's just they have to have a reason to keep that love lasting forever for a long time.
I just feel like it's interesting. Like the guys that you really hate, like even in Game of Thrones, like Jaime Lannister, you hated his guts, and then somehow, he goes through this shit, and you're like, I love this fucking guy now, and it's like,
Well, it's the
I love that.
It's the sympathy and your heart breaks. It's the same story that Stone Cold tells, and Bret Hart and Stone Cold tell the story when they're sitting and rewatching their match. I don't know if you ever seen it on their podcast, like the Stone Cold Broke with
They're
Skull
going through it
podcast
together, yeah.
and
yeah.
Bret Hart was his guest. They're going through the match.
They're,
and
laughing
he's
at stuff.
Stone Cold was the bully in school fighting the starting
The
quarterback,
jock, yeah,
the
yeah.
jock or whatever, and you see this guy, you don't like him. He's a bad guy, but he's so tough and he doesn't quit and he doesn't give up. Your heart breaks for him.
Yeah.
So you start to develop admiration for him, even though he was hated. You start to be like, oh man, he's all right.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
He's a badass.
They go through some. I mean, it's even Shawn Michaels. They say what really won a lot of people over was that the Hell in a Cell match with Taker, because Taker was beating the shit out of him. I remember watching that as a kid, and when his face was busted open and he throws him into the cage head first, that definitely I think earned him some stripes.
So
in people's
during that
minds.
time, also there's a little backstory for WrestleMania 13, the match with Bret and Stone Cold. They had a no bleed rule in the WWE. You couldn't blade. And Bret said to Stone Cold, as they were putting the match together before the show, he's like, I think you need a bleed. He's like, if you need to, I can help you. So there's a portion in the match where Stone Cold hits the guardrail with his head, and Bret Hart quickly does the blade job on him perfectly, doesn't hurt him. That's another aspect of being a professional and being such an artist that you're now taking a physical blade to someone else's head where they usually do it to themselves, and you're still not hurting him or doing it too much, or he did it perfectly.
Yeah.
Bret Hart is when I think of the perfect punch, the perfect kick. They call him the excellence of execution. Everything he does has an impact to it. It looks like it's landing. It looks like it's hurting, but he's not hurting you.
Yeah.
That to me is what pro wrestling is, and I think that's been lost in today's pro wrestling because everybody's worried about doing a high spot, doing a flippy move, and it just looks fake. It just looks rehearsed. It looks choreographed. It doesn't look impactful, and you're not giving me that suspending my belief that he's really hurt.
There are
here.
some exceptions though.
There's exceptions,
Braun
but-
Breaker's when he spears somebody.
But it's not. No one's
That
gonna
shit
stand
looks
there
like
and
it.
make you go like this, bats off the ropes 3 times, and then spear you. And I'm just tired of the spear. Like 6 people do the fucking spear. Like
Yeah,
enough
it
with
is
the spear.
overused. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
too much.
you look at who's doing. We can count who's doing the spear
Jey
right now.
Uso
Jey
does
Uso,
it. Roman Reigns does it.
Braun Breaker.
Edge,
Does it.
Braun Breaker.
Rhino did it. Goldberg did it. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Braun
it's
Strowman use it
much.
too, or no?
Braun Strowman's probably done it. I mean, so many. Brock Lesnar's done it. Like,
It's just like the super kick. Everybody's doing the
everyone's
fucking
doing a super kick. Yeah.
sweet chin music. Everybody's got sweet chin music.
I will say though too. I mean, somebody that
What about
wasn't-
ASAP Rocky punching Cody? That looked
I
believable.
mean, not ASAP Rocky.
What was it again? Fuck it.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. He fucking slapped his Travis Scott. The
saying
guy that
when-
fucking
No,
slapped.
who's the other guy? You said?
ASAP Rocky's another rapper.
Fuck is that?
You don't know who that is? Oh, that's funny.
I didn't even know who Travis Scott was before.
Same class or category of
awful
hip-hop
fucking
artist.
auto-tune
Yeah.
shit music.
they don't do
Got
auto.
a couple
They
of
go-
good ones.
It's auto-tune.
Got a couple of good ones.
It's probably
I mean, they're rapping, so he's not singing.
Fiend. It's
Wait,
auto-tune.
Wait,
Bam.
I feel like
auto-tune.
this is such a repeat. Joe, what is your top 5?
So he threw
No.
the rug under my
No,
feet
not
and
not that. I heard the.
what's my actual
What's your
top
yeah?
five?
What's your real top 5? I forgot.
What are we
What
are
wrestlers
we,
we talking about?
what are we talking about? Are we talking like in ring? We talking
That's the thing
overall?
is that you have to start breaking
When
it
you're
up into
such a-
categories because you
Yeah.
have top 5 on the mic, top
Yeah.
5 technicians, top
Yeah.
5, big guys,
Yeah.
top 5,
But if you're just like overall, like everything,
Where's Ric Flair on your
it's
list?
not on my top 5.
I know he's not in your top 5.
Not on my top 5.
yeah, man, I love
Ric Flair
but-
would brag, "Oh, sold out building. We sold out. You sold out 2,000 people in a fucking bumblefuck fucking town that nobody fucking can remember." Like he talks, and same thing with Dusty. As much as I liked them, and I thought they were, amazing. Like they're not my top 5.
Well, they were regional guys.
Regional
that-
guys, they sold out 5,000 seat arenas, and
It's also
Hulk
from a
Hogan selling out
generation before yours,
93,000. Like it's not the same. We're not the same here.
We're not the same.
But that's also,
Steve
I
Bias
think,
was in the chat. He would fight me on it, but
oh, where the fuck's Steve been?
I
That's
don't
true.
know. He's going through some health
All right,
stuff.
Steve,
but
we're thinking about you.
love you,
yeah,
Steve.
love you, brother.
But yeah, the AWA, NWA, Southern Wrestling. It didn't. I'm from New York, so I got WWF on TV. I had to go out of my way if I wanted to see NWA, if I wanted to watch WCW back in the day. Like,
Gotcha.
But you
so-
could say that
but to me,
they're
Ric Flair.
a product
always-
of the times. They're a victim of the times. If they were in modern era,
my whole problem with Ric Flair, he always looked like an old fucking man.
he did always look old. Yeah,
Even when he wasn't an old fucking man, he looked like an old fucking man.
yeah.
I get
He just never. I don't know. The robe looked like kind of like feminine, and it just. I didn't really like love Flair until he started doing like the crazy Sane Asylum skits in WCW, like when he was way over the hill.
Which is stuff I think he's not even proud of. I
No,
think
he's
that's
not.
like
But I
he's-
mean, to me, that's awesome. Finish
The,
the story about
the belt actually has finished the story
that's a
written
great-
on it.
Let me
which is
see
pretty
that.
sick.
That's a great figure. I'm gonna have to get this.
But also, Flair is one of the most unique. Like, he's not a rip-off,
Top
really.
5 promos, 100%.
Oh yeah.
But if you want to give me like also people like, oh, Ric Flair is one of the greatest. Like everyone, like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, he's the greatest. All his matches are the same. He does the same moves, same spots, same formula.
Wait, what always happens when he goes on the top
He
rope?
gets thrown off. He flips over the rope, gets clothesline.
That's
does a
the
back
best
body
part
drop.
of every Ric
I could
Flair
wrestle
match.
Ric Flair right now and know exactly what spots he wants to do because he's going to do the same
And
shit.
then he's gonna do the
If
flop.
he's wrestling Vader, Sting,
But
Lex
you could say
Luger-
that about everybody. I mean,
No.
every Roman match.
No.
Hold on. Every
Oh,
Roman
Roman
Reigns
sucked.
match.
Roman sucks.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No.
Every John
Cena.
Cena match is the same.
He sucks.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
He
like,
sucks.
pretty much everybody. I mean,
What's
even
it-
Cody. He does the Cody cutter. You know,
No,
like
there's
it's-
different. There's
The Rock
different
and
sequences.
Stone
There's
Cold, they don't have the same.
different kind of scenarios. Like
Rock bottom, people's elbow. I know the finisher, but
the Rock wouldn't be top 5 in wrestling. He wouldn't be. He would be top 5 promo. That's probably it.
really,
And
wow.
maybe top 5 like
I thought his athleticism was crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
he was really good.
not top 5 in ring.
Nobody
performers.
oversold the.
I would even
the
put
Stone
Rock in
Cold
top
Stunner
10
more than him.
in ring performers of all time. Not even close.
Okay.
Name me a
I
5-star
love-
Rock match.
Actually, I love the progression.
Rock
They
for
have
Soda.
Not 5-star match.
there's a progression compilation of The Rock taking stunners and how it just gets more and more
Yeah.
and more. He turns into a bowling pin.
Yeah.
So fucking funny. I have breaking
Yeah,
news.
fun.
So
Sad.
you want me to go through a category? Like you asked me a question. I got it's a long-winded
Yeah,
answer.
you
but
fucking
like,
you and Chris
do
guys. You guys mince
do,
these
pick,
fucking
do you want
tops.
like wrestler, like who I think is the best in-ring performers, the best microphone skills? I'll do all three. I'll
Give
do
me the
like we've
best from
hashed all
each.
that
Then
out.
give me the best from each. Then I want the best from each.
all right. So best in-ring performers of all time. When the bell fucking rings.
Right.
Number 1, Bret Hart. It's undisputed. Not even fucking close. No one's gonna fucking touch.
Just give
that.
us 1 and 2, and we'll choose different categories.
How about I just top 3?
Okay.
Well, what I meant was
All right.
top one from each category.
Top 1 from each category.
That's what I was thinking.
All right.
But if you want to do fucking 3, then go
I'd
3.
do
Do
All
this
right,
all night.
All right. 3 in-ring performers. Bell rings.
all
Bret
night
Hart.
long.
Bret Hart, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle.
Wow.
Chris Benoit.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh.
It's my
Wow.
top 3. Biggest stars of all time: Stone Cold, Hogan, Rock. Promo all time, I would say Rock, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair.
About funniest.
Funniest.
Macho.
So Macho Man wasn't intended to be funny,
But
but now,
And at the time, it wasn't even
Now-
like that funny. It was kind of.
now I would say definitely Macho Man. Mick Foley would be up there. He was.
Oh, he was
had
funny.
a lot of
He
just,
was so
you know,
funny.
And Stone Cold. I would actually put Stone Cold up
Oh,
there
he was
because
funny as hell.
little things like little nuances that he had, even when he wasn't trying to be funny. Like his delivery and his timing was just very funny to me.
What?
I put Kurt Angle. I mean, Kurt Angle too.
Kurt Angle would probably be
Kurt
number
Angle,
four.
Be my
yeah,
number one.
Kurt Angle is up there,
Funny.
yeah, for
What?
sure. But yeah,
Milk and the abstinence, you know, like
And the funniest part is that he
eyes.
hates milk.
He would just rib the fuck out of the
I think
crowd.
he
His whole
drinks
thing
milk,
was
though.
like,
No. He actually came out in an interview and said that he absolutely hates milk. And every time they had a promo, he wasn't really drinking
I
it.
can't see that. Sorry. And then you want like all time. I can't see that either.
George Foreman died?
George Foreman died.
No fucking
fuck,
way.
wow.
Yeah, I just scrolled.
Oh shit.
Sorry to break
he hasn't
that
really been seen in public, right? I mean,
I
it's
just
like-
watched
He was
that
born in
George-
1949.
I
Jeez.
watched that George Foreman movie that came out a little while ago. I watched that like maybe a couple weeks ago.
You know, Hulk Hogan
watched
says
him,
that the George Foreman grill was meant for him, and he
Yes.
turned it down.
They did Pasta Mania instead.
Yeah, which everyone says.
The
is
George
says
Foreman
that?
grill made
Hulk Hogan claims that the George Foreman grill was originally
That
supposed
sounds like
to be
Hogan.
the Hulk
right
Hogan,
after
and
he
he like
was
turned up on it.
bassist for Metallica too.
Yeah. There's a
I
lot.
haven't
He
been
wrestled
to the
twice in the
electric
same
car.
day in 2 different parts of the world.
Yeah. He went around the world backwards like Superman and
He
went
wrestled
back
in
in time.
Japan while he was also wrestling in New York.
He pretty much said that he wrestled one match and then flew on a plane and went back multiple time zones fast enough to wrestle twice in one calendar day.
I think he
which
also
is not possible. Like
Yeah.
you do the math, and it's like that. Only if you're Superman flying backwards to
Supersonic
turn
jet.
back time is that possible.
he tells a story about Macho Man after Macho Man passes away,
Oh, that's a
and Macho fucking hated Hulk.
yeah.
Be a man,
Oh,
Hogan.
by
Wanted-
the end, I
like,
saw it.
wanted to kill him.
He's like, I want to fight you in the first real wrestling brawl, like fists.
Be a man, Hulk.
But Hulk tells a story where like Mach just got remarried to his high school sweetheart, and he sees him in like the doctor's office. Like, hey, Hogan is a coin, yeah. And then they kind of like shook hands, exchanged numbers. I think he's lying about that.
Ooh,
I think he's making that
Oh,
up.
before the end, you're saying?
Before Macho passes away, he's saying
Yeah.
that he saw him again, and they kind of made up, and they kind of buried the hash shit. I think he's full of shit.
he's a sociopath.
There was also people saying that the whole him hating Hogan was just him trying to build,
New,
like shtick.
Edge.
Yeah, like it wasn't. It was.
Oh,
it
he's trying to
it's
sell
kayfabe.
rap records when he came out with "Oh, be a man, Hulk."
So awful.
Terrible, but
That's
I mean, no, there was legitimate. Like he blames Hulk Hogan for his divorce with Elizabeth. The twist in your eyes from Elizabeth, yeah.
That was authentic jealousy.
Black Heart.
Yeah, get the black. Yeah. I hate your guts, and he's pouring sweat. Oh my God, the cocaine is just drizzling off of him. So good.
I hate you, Hulk Hogan. I hate your guts.
Hate your guts.
Fucking, he's just like his
Drenched.
eyeballs are popping out of his
Popping out of his own skin.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. I don't think Hulk Hogan and Macho Man ever buried the hatchet and kind of. I think it's full of shit. And the crazy thing too is that Lanny Poffo like okayed Hulk to induct Macho Man into the Hall of Fame after Macho had passed, which is even more fucked up if he's lying about that encounter that he reconnected with Macho Man and they made up. I just think.
I think had he lived, they would have eventually
People crave
buried
catharsis. They want, they want to bury the hatchet. People don't like feuds.
it. Hey man, if
Especially when
Brett
you get
and
old.
Vince
When you're fucking
could
sick,
hug
man,
on TV,
there's nothing worse than when you get sick and you're vulnerable as fuck, and you're just like, oh,
I get it.
got
Yeah,
these
I get it.
regrets.
I understand.
You don't want to die with hate in your heart.
Hogan, yeah.
Well, listen, sometimes you gotta let people let things go.
But Macho Man was
How did he not cough? How did he not cough?
he was a weird guy.
His throat was
Like
so
he never had
sandpaper.
kids.
Sawdust. Yeah, bro.
He was also very cheap. He didn't spend all his money. He held on to all the money he made. And he just he did like he was basically John Cena before John Cena in terms of the Make-A-Wish stuff. Like Macho Man did the most Make-A-Wish
But
prior
authentically.
to and he was a special partner for the Special Olympics.
Oh,
Like every time the Special Olympics came around, he would go to their events and he would just like shower them with like Macho Man WWF merchandise and sign autographs for them. And so he did a lot of things that people don't realize. Like,
you know, another thing about him too that I don't think he gets credit for is he was actually very polished, and by that I mean like you would expect him to almost give like these grunt stupid, like you would think he's like stupid almost like this grunt, but he was actually very well versed. I mean, like when they ask him about Elizabeth, and he's like, well, actually, we split, yeah.
meticulous.
But he's very like
He's
he
so
spoke respected.
OCD, detailed. Everything had to be.
just so.
Like,
Yeah.
people say like working with him was a blessing and a nightmare.
Yeah, because
He
could go over the
stressed
match
them
1,000
out, and
times.
he would have to have 30 fucking steps to do the match, and they would have drop down toe hold. Yeah, you grab me by my hair, then you kind of flick the referee off, then you bounce into the ropes. I hit you, I miss. Like it's.
He was
that's
also
not how-
paranoid.
That's not
That's
how
tough.
wrestling was called back in those days. They just kind of did it in the ring, and they kind of just
Winged
spoke
it,
it. But he
so-
wanted everything mapped out. Like Ricky Steamboat tells a story about the WrestleMania 3 match that they had, and it's just a fucking Bible of fucking
He
7
wrote, like-
pages of just like you have to memorize like this script that he wanted to do. But again, you can't fault him because WrestleMania 3 was one of the greatest matches of all time. Still to this day, that match holds up. I just
Which
watched
from the dungeon mentioned before when you said the best
A lot
match
of people
all
consider
time.
that
You
to be
mentioned
the greatest match of all time.
yeah, from the dungeon.
It was number one for like 15 years, like on Pro Wrestling Illustrated, undefeated.
I mean, even when they
crazy.
ask him like, have you ever cried? And he gives that whole answer, like you wouldn't
Yeah,
expect that.
Arsenio Hall.
It's
Men
okay
who
for
cry.
men to
Try
experience
1,000 times, try 1,000 more. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sword with the eagles,
and
slither with the snakes.
everywhere in between.
Such
Macho
an
is
icon.
my personal top 3 of all time. So me putting him at 2 when you asked me that question, it's a no-brainer. Like I would say, Brett, Macho, Stone Cold, my laminated top 3.
There's no one else that's so
favorites.
iconic that every time they tell a story about him, they have to speak it in his voice.
That's a good point.
Even if it's not good, then go for it.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
point.
It's an icon.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
So yeah, hey, I mean, we could talk wrestling forever.
Well, it is WrestleMania season, and we're going to have our 4th annual WrestleMania watch-along this year.
I really don't have much going on for Easter, so
It's
I
420
don't-
and
I would-
Easter and WrestleMania.
I would hate to
That's
miss it.
crazy.
Yeah, I would hate to miss it. Rob here has got obligations though, so we're gonna have to figure out.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna have Easter by my brother's house.
Oh,
We're never
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
there that late. So, what time does WrestleMania start?
by the time we care.
It's
Yeah,
like earlier every year, 6, 7.
good. Thank God.
Yeah,
Especially if it's on fucking Sunday.
then I'll
I
have
got to
to
take the
bail
day.
early.
Actually, I got to put in for the day after off.
good idea.
I don't
Do
want
it
to.
too.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I gotta
God.
do that.
Got to do it first.
We'll
Have
just
to
both
bail
say
or
we were
gather.
going on the same thing. We get sorry.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be at WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
On balance, off balance.
And I mean, so one thing that was going on, and actually it's still
Can we
on.
s-
I don't
yeah,
think
can we see
fucking
if
know what's
Cody
going
and-
on
and
right now.
Cena
I might
are
have
out?
timed
I
out
don't
here.
Gold
It looked like they were setting up Solo versus Jacob. They were yelling at each other a second ago. So
Wait, who's this?
Somebody's pulling up in a car.
It's gotta be Cena. It's a
the
black
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
It's always the
It's in the
same thing. They
Mercedes
pull up in the
van.
car, the door opens, the foot comes out.
They've been using this since.
The
90s.
door
Cena.
slides open.
That's definitely Cena.
In a minivan? No.
Oh,
It's
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
No tie.
What time?
Looking sharp. Looking kind of guinea.
All right.
Okay, well,
Oh,
so
he's
that's another match
okay.
that they're setting up. They have, I guess it's going to be the we called this show the triple
Oh,
threat.
Oh, they're in Italy.
They just
That's
ran
why.
into the camera.
They're in fucking Italy.
Americano.
Yay. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, is that why? Because before they showed some like Italian rapper chick, and I was like, who the fuck is
Well,
that?
they
I-
didn't
actually,
have
it's funny.
Cody or Cena's not in Italy.
I think
Guess not.
they're saving them face to face.
What do you mean? It's
Italy.
fucking. That's the last. This is gonna be the last segment.
Did they say that they're gonna face off?
Oh, I
they
guess
faced off already. We
They
missed
did on
it,
Raw.
yeah.
No, this is Raw.
Oh, was it? I missed Raw.
I guess they're gonna wait till Raw to do it again in Glasgow. So yeah, it's gonna be on Raw on Monday.
Golinsky.
Okay, so
Scott
heading into
and-
WrestleMania season, here's the matches.
Makes no
Obviously,
sense.
you have Cena versus Cody.
Right.
Pretty exciting. You know, we
I
spoke
am
about that
now-
already.
now-
Now it's getting good. It was a little weird
If it was
to
a
start.
babyface Cena, it was not.
It would have been boring. Yeah, it would have been boring. I wasn't thrilled with him winning the Chamber,
No.
but okay. So we have Cody versus Cena. We have the triple threat match. I guess it's going to be, which I think is what Paul's about to talk about
Punk
now.
versus Roman versus Seth, which
Right.
I called. If you go back a couple weeks on the show, I said
Right
Cena
there
and
with you.
Cody, and I did say that Punk and Roman and
It
Rollins
gives
would
them
be a-
something main event level, I guess. That's not the title. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, you can say that it's a main event caliber match. Whether you want to see it that much, they're
it's
going to
not
build
the
the
main
interest.
event. You're not the main event unless you are the last match of WrestleMania. I don't keep, and
Which they shouldn't
I
be.
know that they change it now because like, oh, there's two main events to WrestleMania. There's a
that's
Saturday and then there's a Sunday.
There's
No,
two main
It's
courses?
the Sunday, and that's it.
How's there two main
The last
courses?
match you see on WrestleMania weekend is the main event. Period.
Not to me.
So Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos is a main event quality match for you because that's what headlined that one WrestleMania on Saturday.
I'm sorry. I fell
See,
asleep.
I'm
What?
not like I think that over the years that's just been conditioned away from me because I remember the WrestleMania I went to. The final match was it Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, and
Yeah,
we took that opportunity to leave, and thank goodness we
traffic,
did
yeah, it's a
because
beat traffic match
there was
then.
actually like a fucking logistical disaster that people
MetLife
got stuck
sucked,
there
fucking hell.
at MetLife. So it was good that we
Sucks.
left.
Place
And
sucks.
when we left, I think the fireworks were going
Place is
off.
cursed.
We got out of there.
Do you
So
think the spectacle of WrestleMania itself has been cheapened over the years?
No,
Not cheapened, but now you're
it's weird.
you're going for WrestleMania.
right.
You're not going for Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold. You're going for the whole experience of the whole, company's body of stuff. I think that's where I got more reinvested into Cody last few years because I didn't really watch all the pay-per-views. I watched the ones that he was on, and we specifically got hyped for WrestleMania because of Cody.
potential
So
for
we
him to
watched
return.
WrestleMania inherently and streamed it and did a live show for Cody.
I will say this is a
He brought
unique
it back.
thing, though, is
He
that
brought it back.
specifically since this show has started, we've been fortunate to have decent WrestleManias for the last few years.
That's true.
But before this show aired, for like a decade or more,
That's very true.
we were just having terrible fucking
And
John
WrestleManias.
Cena.
the reason
Terrible
is John
WrestleManias.
Cena is fucking drizzling shits.
Dun, 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 dun.
Terrible.
yeah.
There was so many bad matches.
But are
you
you
just
are
put
you
them all on
glad
the
at least they turned him heel?
I want that on a recorder.
Oh, way
Can someone-
better,
can you
yeah.
do that on a recorder?
Now when he gets booed, he can actually react
Yeah,
rather than act fake and like, oh, I don't really hear you booing me. Really?
Yeah.
You don't hear that?
Can you hear that?
Can hear that pretty clear,
You can fucking hear. And then the same thing for the announcers. Like they would never acknowledge him getting booed out of the
Right.
building. Which is
There did eventually come a point, I think, with the ECW RVD, the shirt being thrown back, where they were like, "Well, he doesn't need to be cheered by everybody."
well, that's because
They changed
Joey
it.
Styles was doing commentary. It wasn't Michael Cole, who fucking sucks. And I don't care what you say, he still sucks.
Gonna come a day though that whoever comes after him, you're gonna miss Michael Cole's voice.
No, I won't.
I think you will when
I won't.
you take him over Pat McAfee.
But Pat McAfee is a color commentator. He's not a play-by-play guy. So who's going to be the next WWE face that's a play-by-play
Joe
guy?
Tessitore.
I don't. He's all right.
I'd like to
He's
see
pretty
Big E. I think he's funny.
Hey,
He's
I don't
got
know
great
what he's
energy.
gonna do.
And if he can't wrestle anymore, I think him and Xavier Woods would probably be a funny commentating team.
This is
Yeah,
a
well,
2002
they're enemies now,
promo.
apparently.
Look at this shit. They're showing us a 2002
Triple H with the iconic
Raw
jean jacket.
Madison
It's
Square
time to play
Garden.
the game.
That'll be a good. I got a good topic for next week. I'll say it just so we can remember it. Something along the lines of like the top 5 best entrances, but we're not allowed to answer now.
Oh, okay. I like that.
That's fun.
It's fun.
What else do we got though for WrestleMania? And let's move on from wrestling. We have the WrestleMania season, so let's just run through the matches. Cena, Cody, right? You have the Roman, Punk, Rollins triple threat.
Right.
You have I guess Solo versus Jacob. They're building up to maybe.
Either that or there's going to be some sort of fatal 4 or 5-way for the United States title.
Tag matches are going to be boring, I think, whatever they are, because I think the
Street
champions
Profits.
right now are it'll be like
Well-
Street Profits, the
DIY.
the
Machine
pretty
Guns.
deadly machine guns.
You know one thing
Tag team is weak. Vikings.
that I think everyone's going to have to let go of, because I don't think it's going to happen ever again. I don't think Stone Cold is ever going to set foot in the building, in the ring, ever again.
I won't say in the building.
He'll be
in
there
the
this
building.
year, I guarantee it.
Guarantee it.
Guarantee right now, saying here. Number one,
It's
they
very
already,
likely.
they already
This
announced this year. They already
This
announced
year.
Stone Cold will be signing autographs
WWE
at
World.
WrestleMania.
Unless he's
He
playing
lives
the,
in Vegas.
unless he's
it's in
playing
Vegas.
the long
He's gonna
game.
be there.
He's been
Glass
on.
breaks. He comes out, helps Cody.
He's
Calling
been
it
on.
now.
He's. I gotta. I'm
I'm
seeing
telling
the
you,
clips of
I-
him.
I agree with Joe.
Glass breaks. He comes out on the fucking
What's today's
moped on the
the
fucking
quad, yeah.
on the
Today's
quad.
321. All right, you
321.
gotta remember.
Mark
So
it, mark it.
what time is it?
Yeah,
What's
what's the
stamp?
timestamp?
10,
No, well, I
41 p.m.
Here's
on
why
the
Joe's-
on there.
I think Joe's
1:43,
right.
Hour 43.
So
I don't. I,
Stone Cold's
the way
on the
he's
record.
talking about it.
he's on the record saying that
Got these 2 solid ass cats, Macho Pancho, going down to WrestleMania and whoop somebody's ass.
he
What?
doesn't want to
And
travel outside of Nevada, but he's like, well, damn near it's in Nevada this year. It's in Las Vegas. I mean, goddamn. So it's
The way
very
I'm-
convenient for
I
him.
feel like the way that I'm hearing him speak about it is that like he's just like
He's always
The
spoken.
Moved
Rock
on.
comes out, starts hitting Cody. Cena gets jumped, and there's going to be a third man. And I called the third man as Randy Orton. I'm sticking with that prediction.
He's already
not
fighting
Punk.
KO.
What about Punk?
Okay, he's fighting.
That's
KO,
another
but
match.
I
He's
thought
fighting
you
KO.
said
Going to turn. He's going to
Orton
turn
Punk?
on.
No.
He's
No,
going to
no,
turn
no.
on Cody this year.
Help Cody.
Oh, Punk.
Punk help Cody. That's what I think. But
Punk could help Cody
I feel like he's more likely to be the guy to.
than Stone Cold.
Yeah.
But then Cody,
I
you're saying
think
Cody
Stone
loses?
Cold, I think he doesn't like the way that not that he doesn't like the way that he looks, but he knows his limitations at this point. Having seen,
Doesn't have to.
All
do
he
that,
needs to
huh?
do is come out and give a stunner.
That's it.
He
He
just
can do
needs to
it.
give one kick and a stunner, and
that's
he
all
can
he-
he can
I'm
do that.
not saying.
I
it
can't
'cause
come
don't-
out here, drink
I'm not
beer.
saying because I
He
don't
can do
want
it.
it. I'm saying it because I feel like hearing him on like recent podcasts.
I don't think he'll do a match. He definitely
No match.
wouldn't match.
No, that
No
Kevin
match,
Owens thing was
but-
the end.
Stepping in the building, I don't agree with that. But he also
Oh.
said that he wasn't too happy with the KO match because
Right.
he wasn't too enough prepared for it.
Right.
Um,
He looks in great fucking shape. I've seen him. A few
I
times.
mean,
He looks
he's too
crazy
hard on
shape.
himself. He's too hard on himself for
It
sure.
just seems like he
He's
wants to
just
let go of
almost
the past.
60 years old.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
wild.
So I'm saying for fans, it's like
That's what a 60-year-old looks like these days with the right fucking steroids.
He
And
took a bump on the cement.
HGH.
Remember, he did the backdrop on the cement. I mean, it was flat back, so it probably
he's
didn't hurt
taken
him that
bump
much.
a million times.
But, yeah, but he still
Pro's
took it, which
pro.
surprised me.
Pros pro. I'm just putting it down there now. I don't want to be disappointed because I want to hear it. You know what I mean? I feel like I have to let go.
We were already disappointed last year. We thought that he was supposed to come out, and then it was Undertaker.
Man, that was
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
sequence. But if that glass would have broke last year,
The building, the roof
It
would have
would've
popped off.
fucking-
It would have.
I would have flipped the table.
Yeah, I think.
But you know,
everybody
we had him
would've
the
lost
year before, so I was alright with it. I mean, Taker came out,
years
he gave the
before.
choke slam, it was funny.
it. It was 2 years because it was the first year we got Cody.
Yeah, 2 years before.
Because we got Cody come back, we got Cody
WrestleMania
lost,
38 was
then
when
we got
s-
Cody win,
Yeah.
and now we're here on year 4.
It was year 4. Yeah, WrestleMania 38 is when Stone Cold wrestled Kevin Owens.
Paul Heyman's coming
I
out.
want to be disappointed.
Oh, with Roman. All right, so those are the
I
matches that we
think
can think
they'll
of for
do,
now.
Penta and Braun Breaker. I think that's kind of getting teased. Penta came out at the end
That'd
of
be
Raw
cool.
and he picked up the Intercontinental title and he held it.
Wow.
So I think you'll see that potentially.
I think it'd make him a star. It'd help to
Elevate
solidify him a
him
little
into-
bit.
yeah.
I'm enjoying Penta. I think that he's, he's enjoyable to watch.
I think also what would cause Penta to beat Braun, obviously it would be hard for him to beat him one-on-one. I think Ray comes out and helps Penta. Ray Phoenix, not Ray Mysterio.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
His brother.
he debuts. Well, we'll see.
I think you see the debut of Ray Phoenix at WrestleMania, and Penta becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. Calling it now. Fucking
Is
calling it.
Heyman losing weight?
They're both losing weight. Roman looks.
Roman's
Roman
been
looks in.
pretty-
He looks in TV shape.
Yeah, he's
now
been
they start
pretty
getting real
slim.
thin.
You didn't see Heyman when he got out of the car lifted? What are you talking about? What
His face though, his face looks different.
do you mean his face looks different?
Something,
think
I
it's
don't know
'cause
if he's
he's not-
wearing
I think
makeup
it's
or
'cause he's
Just
something.
wearing black and not a
Because
tie.
he doesn't have a tie.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
not
have a tie.
choking.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not choking his 3 chins on the fucking
yeah.
tie. Like he should
Got
just
the
wear this because
V-neck.
he looks way better like this.
Looks slim than Guinea.
It's like a Don King
Yeah,
or
he's got
something.
the Don.
Duh.
Hey, how you doing there?
Uh,
This looks like a good show. Actually.
So
I saw this.
putting wrestling aside, because we've been going on, and there are some people watching that don't give a shit about wrestling.
Help!
Yeah,
Rob, you just finished Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah, Cyberpunk was a great game.
Intercontinental.
I played at least. I think I played through 3 of the endings. There's several endings that you
Yeah,
can go through.
yeah.
Um,
So when you beat it, it just goes back and you could do the other endings.
So
right?
yeah,
Don't spoil
if you do the, you're gonna know what I'm talking about.
No,
The
spoil it, just- it
the
lets you
Hanako
play
and
every ending.
Embers
yeah,
mission. You can finish that multiple times.
Yeah.
like it'll take you once you go through the credits, it'll take you back if you want to do one more ride.
right.
If you do the Phantom Liberty ending, it takes you back to the home screen. So you want to save, before.
Oh,
you do
really?
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, you already did Phantom Liberty too? The DLC?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't way too long, but it was good. It was really good. It grew on me too.
Idris Elba was great in it. The whole thing with the songbird and the.
What is it about
President.
the game? Can you elaborate more? Like, what is it about the game that really makes it so good?
I
Chicks,
felt
with,
that
chicks
the-
with dicks. That's what makes
Jesus,
it.
what?
The shooting was phenomenal in the game.
Shooting.
I definitely enjoyed the driving around. I mean, I felt like
I hate the driving.
the technology
Can't
that
two
they
things
put
I
into
can't
the PlayStation controller really shines.
The
when you're
guns, the
playing this
mods.
game.
That's what made it for me.
Can I tell you, for me,
Being able to
the
hack people on
immediate
the fly
answer,
and then take them out, with headshots and
the
shit.
level of immersiveness is
the
there's no other
diversity of
game.
the NPCs.
Yeah.
It
I-
feels lived in. It's
The
I like stealth. Like everything I do in that game is very stealth driven.
Pan Am is
I
my
hack
sweetheart.
everything.
Yes.
And then I hack the guards. I make sure I sneak up and I fucking crack necks and I throw them in dumpsters and stuff.
It's
I
a
play it like Metal Gear almost.
its
Yeah.
ability to show you.
And that's the beauty. You could do that. You can go guns blazing like fucking RoboCop, or you can do what he's doing with the sneaking.
Yeah,
around.
you could be a sword fighter.
It calls to different gaming experiences, and then even just as simple as you went corpo, I went street kid, netrunner. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think
get
the
different
immer-
experiences.
the
out of it.
immersiveness from the game comes from like the environment itself, the depth and the activity on the street. You can stand on a street corner and it's like trafficked, and there's a lot of NPCs and there's diversity in the NPCs. But the thing that's really capturing me is like some of the gameplay mechanics and some of the sort of the way that it shows a dystopian-esque future.
Yeah.
There's something really tangible about it because like
Poignant.
you put on these VR headsets and you're just ported into this alternate.
The brain dances.
Yeah, the brain
Yeah.
dances, and then it's so interesting when you go through those simulations and then you actually get into that environment and you're there and you sort of have a good feel for the room because you've already been there. The ability to hack and then use the cameras to then hack. I think like there's so many unique gameplay mechanics that you just can't find in other games, and it doesn't carbon copy the way a lot of you would think maybe, oh, it's like in Oblivion, but it's in the future. It's like Skyrim. It's way better than that. It's way more immersive than that.
It's
And
the
they-
game that Watch Dogs should have been
There you
years
go,
ago.
that's a good
Remember
point.
when Watch Dogs came out
Right,
and it was
the
like you
hacking
can be a
on it.
hacker. It's
Yeah.
cool, and it was pretty cool, but it was just like. There,
It's
I
shocking
never
how-
felt unfulfilled hacking in that game, and yeah, just like how certain things would be level, like you were locked out of certain mission endings if you didn't have a high enough level in intelligence. So like you kind of had to do one thing. Like there was a mission me and Rob both played. I was like, "What did you do?" He's like, "Oh well, I couldn't do that because I didn't get to that level." I was like, "Yeah, I got to that level so I could do it." And like there's a lot of diverging paths, but to the immersion thing, it's just the amount of like advertising, like fake bullshit. It's not even real. They're advertising fake products, but the amount of advertising they have for like just when you're
wanna hear
walking
this.
around and you're looking at the billboards, there's so much like different shit There's like the one
Everything's
billboard you
alive.
remember of the guy with the ass in his face that like you
Yeah.
always see, right? You remember that one.
He's got
But
his
apart
butt-
from
his
that-
face in the butt.
Yeah, and he's like smiling. That
Yeah.
everyone remembers that one. But like, there's so many different just advertising and shit on TV and screens and neon signs, and then the
The way
light
they
reflecting in
depict
the
sex,
puddles.
the way they depict like the strip club and pornography and sex club, whatever. Like, it's so deep. And then also the storytelling, and the way the NPCs are addressing you. Even in, I gotta be honest, like Starfield. Let's say that's the right now for Bethesda. That's their most recent game. Doesn't even get close to the way that when an NPC is talking to you and kind of animating through a scene, it's never like that
Technically,
jagged,
Indiana
rough.
Jones would be the latest game from Bethesda.
I don't
Such a
count that
solid
because
game.
it's from a sub studio of Bethesda. It's not like from their prime Skyrim, guys. It's sort of
I don't think that's. I think.
It
I mean,
is.
it's
It's
a
from a com-
Bethesda game.
it's from a company they acquired. It's not. I'm just
I
saying
don't
it's
care
not from
for
that
that.
core development
It
team.
it is the highest evolution of any
I
Bethesda
also
game in
haven't
terms
played
of
it,
the
so
engine.
I'm just using.
I got a
Oh,
question
dude.
since you're talking about AI and NPCs.
shoot.
Will
Yes.
Grand Theft Auto 6 raise the bar and evolve the open world NPC
100%.
further than
look at
what
Red
you've
Dead.
seen?
Yes.
Look at Red Dead. I mean, Red Dead was like I
But
think
in what way would you?
I think two things.
What are you thinking?
Diversity of the crowd. Well, three things: diversity of the crowd, diversity of their actions, believable input. So when I do something, the way they respond will be
Different.
shockingly believable and immersive. It will feel like you've shot a gun in public. The way it used to be, like, all right, GTA 3, if you did it, it'd be, and they fucking scatter. You've seen it every time. When you shoot a gun in Red Dead in town, and it's not it's hard. Like
when you take the
San
gun
Denis-
out,
right?
Yeah.
When you
they're
even
like,
pull the
"Whoa,
pistol,
put that away,
Put
partner."
that away.
when they
Or if you're just wearing a mask, they're like, "Why are you wearing a mask? Like, what are you
Right.
doing? You're scaring me."
that's a level of immersion that goes way beyond fidelity.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what about 6 can they do that's going to just take that to the next level?
Man,
I think it's the way that you could so they started it in Red Dead where like you could pretty much choose to say something nice or say something mean.
right.
You know,
It's
like
very
you ever
AD.
see like the videos where it's like
Yeah.
Arthur being a dick and he's like, I'm just kidding, and he like lets up, and they're like, all right, fine, and then he starts being a dick, and they'll react again like they start getting stressed out, like it almost looks like they're getting stressed, and I think like that's like. In a lot of other games, NPC interactions are like they immediately jump to like just fighting you or something like that. This
Fighting
it's
like-
like
He looks like a fucking blueberry.
yeah, Seth Rollins is always a little dressed
Looks
up.
like what's the blueberry from fucking Willy Wonka?
Violet.
Yeah.
Violet, you turn violet, Violet.
Yes.
You got a blueberry for a daughter.
GTA
think
6 is going to be insane.
I think with 6, it's like
It's like the blue beetle. Look at him.
you can't predict or put your finger on exactly what it will be about what makes that feel immersive before you see it. It'll be something that you have to see and experience. That
Oh, you're hyping it up. I'm going to be let down by this game.
I can't
It's
wait.
going to be
The
another
first,
game
I
where,
can't
hey,
wait.
go here, drive there, pick him up, go back here, drop him off. Take
So that's
the car
another
back.
part about Cyberpunk I was going to say was mission structure is very clever in the fact that when you're heading to do something, you can get interrupted and brought into, and I don't mean like, oh, another NPC, different person calls you and you go to their thing. It's like something a car crash happens, and then the story unfolds in a way that you're like, oh shit, I just thought I was going to go here and do this. And then it takes you down this other path. I think that's something
You
very...
drove a lot in that game. I always teleported. I always just
I'm in the early...
I drove a lot, but I hate driving in
I'm in the-
Cyberpunk.
It does not have...
no. I always like went to the thing and I just
Trolls are awful.
I'll tell you what, I like walking around in
Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
I like
I'll
running
walk-
around. I'll jump.
I will walk from, it's like a kilometer. That's right now because I'm in the early stages of the game. I want to see and experience and kind of feel it and like really get
you're playing it for the first time now.
first time. Yeah, I've never.
What fucking year is it?
Oh, well,
Jesus,
well,
5 years
that
old
was
already.
one point about
Can you
Cyberpunk.
believe that's 5-year-old game already?
Well, it's one point about the game that I thought's
Took a
important.
while to get there.
How many other companies would have gave up on the fucking game? because it launched
Yeah.
so bad.
Awful.
It had such a poor launch, console specific.
Still to
Even
this day, the
PC
only
tough.
game I ever got a refund on.
Right, it's probably the only game I think
pre-ordered
that's
it. It was hyped for
refundable.
it. Got a Series X for it. Terrible.
Hyped, overhyped almost. It was
As soon as I got to the point where I made my character and I went into my apartment and I looked in the toilet bowl in the bathroom and it looked like I was playing an N64 game. I'm like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, literally, it looked pixelated, it looked like crap.
Yep.
The fucking lighting was all off. It was just very muddy.
Broken.
And then I got out and I went into the car, and the car got stuck in the street and it was just bouncing up and down. I couldn't get out of the car, couldn't move. So I just shut it off. I was like, get my money back.
Yeah, it was broken. So I think it's a tribute to the fact that CD Projekt Red is a small, independent company. Oh, small, that's the relative compared to the rest. But a lot of the companies, if it was something that some of these bigger companies were putting out, they might have just fucking canceled it. They might have never came out with it, or it would have gotten shelved or minimized or depleted, watered down. Now that it's 4 or 5 years later, that game delivers on every level. Graphics, immersive storytelling, complexity of the storytelling. It is such a compelling video game that I think every gamer should play. Look at Paul Heyman's fucking face there, bro. That was so fucking funny,
face
bro.
on right now.
Oh my God, show him one
Paul
more time.
Heyman's face. Look at his fucking face.
You guys need to see this.
Look
I
at
wish
his
you could
lips.
Show you guys.
Liking what he hears, whatever it is.
But yeah, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2 is like I
Really?
think really the first game where you could
Cyberpunk
like
1?
customize every part of your body.
Right,
You
right.
could change your hands out. You could change your legs
You
out.
could have a cock and tits.
You could, yeah, I guess. You know, like there's.
You have a tiny
I
dick. You have a
guess.
hung dick. If
You ever
want it.
and when you were talking about the missions too, like you ever do the mission where you just like pick up the guy that like got a robot dick
Yes.
and
oh,
it, like
that
it's
shit's
like
so
going
funny.
haywire on him and
Oh,
he's like
no.
fucking like suffering. He's like twitching out or whatever.
Yeah, you got to get into the Ripper.
Jesus, when Jack dies, that's like, oh shit, man, you lost your bud.
Yeah, that was early.
Oh,
on.
Right in the
Jackie,
beginning,
yeah, that
right-
was.
right in the beginning.
He was like the
goes
best
in.
character in the game. Like he was
Right.
like you felt like I like this guy. He's
Totally.
Yeah.
he kind of got me
Simpatico.
into it at first because I didn't really know how I felt about anything. But I was like, this
He
guy's
draws
kind
you
of
in.
cool.
Yeah,
I
he
like this
draws-
guy.
Definitely.
He's my friend. He's there for me. And then he gets fucking taken out. And that was,
Italy is singing the song for CM Punk.
They've been singing everything. They've been chanting Rollins' song. Yeah, Cyberpunk is fucking awesome. I almost want to replay it.
I think that's a game. It doesn't matter how old it is, or it's sort of to me right now the standard for RPG storytelling, and it's the bar. I think everything's
Relationship,
Skyrim.
definitely. I would say like that game made you really feel for the relationships you built in the game.
That's so important. It's not just throwaway. Like you said with Grand Theft Auto, I think that's another important part of Grand Theft Auto that's going to drive that story. That's why they went for male-female, like dynamic, because you want to care about when you're driving to that mission
Will Grand
to save
Theft Auto
your
6
friend.
have that level of like nudity as Cyberpunk did?
No, only because
what?
they're on a different level of the magnifying glass on Rockstar is so it's like a fucking
Kristen
I
Agrees
telescope.
disagree
with you.
entirely.
disagree?
I think you are going to see the highest level of nudity that we've ever seen in a
I
game.
don't think so.
I think they attached diodes to bitches while they jiggle their
true.
ass
It's true.
so that they can.
Well, actually, the cyberpunk like sex scenes are crazy. Those
I thought
fucking,
that
like,
they were
like,
kinda
sex bots.
That's what I'm saying.
They were kind of like it's like a quick cutscene
It's a
and it's
flash.
weird.
No, the cutscene with
talking
Pan
about?
Am, or if you're
Well,
if
Pan
you-
Am, the Pan Am
But if
sex
you're
scene's
like,
another
that
story.
shit's
But if you play
That
a
was a
girl
good one.
character, you get to mess with I forget her name, the shaved head.
Yeah.
You could pick up a
Super
sex
hot.
bot on
But
the corner.
the sex
and it
bots,
goes
though,
through a highlight reel of
Like
fucking.
that video-
It's
Videos
just
on
weird. It's like a
Pornhub.
quick little highlight reel.
Yes.
It's like, look,
Her
they, you
tits,
know,
you're-
and then it's like flash forward and she or she is, and then flash forward. It's like
What
a,
do you-
a
what do you
20-second.
want?
I'm
What's your
not saying I need to watch it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. You
To
do
me,
it to
it
see
was-
it, and you never need to do it
to
again.
Me, well, it's weird because to me, when I watched that, I said, they really criticized fucking hot coffee in Grand Theft Auto
Oh,
San
right.
Andreas? Are you fucking kidding me? This is baby shit compared to what I'm watching here. Her tits look real. Like there was very it was a very believable.
I thought all those sex
first-person
bots.
perspective fucking.
They all look like you're. I see. He mentioned the NPCs before, Rob. The NPCs I thought looked like shit, except for main characters. The
I
main
was talking
characters
more
look
about
good.
like diversity. Like if you walk
They
around,
look-
I
people of
see
all
the same
different
NPC
shapes and
walking right next to
sizes and
himself.
shit.
I've seen similar NPC, like the same attire and everything and build, walking next to each other. So I can't agree with that. That was like my one criticism on the game is that I thought their NPCs just looked a little too fake still, kind of like Spider-Man. Like they didn't look really real
it's
enough.
way better than Spider.
I figured there was like, you see a fat guy, a thin guy. There was one guy who was just chilling playing the guitar by like the water, and I just like sat there and watched him for a minute. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, man. I thought it was such a believable immersive world. You don't even want to be in like a party, like getting distracted because you want to kind of live it.
No, you play that alone. I played that alone, and like that's the first game really because I'm a big multiplayer, gamer. We all know I'm not really a campaign guy, but I am very much. That game took me into like the campaign type of thing. We got the squad. They're throwing down in the ring now. Folks, we have Seth Rollins attacking CM Punk, who's attacking Roman Reigns, and all hell's breaking loose. And what's gonna happen now? We'll see. GTA 6 I think is gonna have a level of nudity that we've never seen in games. I think you're gonna go to a strip club.
Will you see like?
I don't know if you
Probably.
see
I mean,
clitoris.
you can go to a strip club in 5
Will you
already.
be the clit commander in GTA 6?
No,
Well, I don't know if you'll be able
Porno.
to fucking
There's a rating
spread it
system.
open.
They have
but
to submit it to
yeah,
a
they're not.
rating
It's not going to
system.
be
It's not-
But no. Cyberpunk, you saw.
Oh, it's cock. Yeah,
Tits.
it's cock.
No, but you also saw.
That's true.
It's literally dick in the.
Well,
game.
you saw
choose
dick,
your
but you
dick
didn't really
size.
see the vulva.
Huh?
They don't really, they don't
I mean,
show
you see-
much
you
vulva.
See some
Yeah.
sort of like female genitalia.
Yeah, it's there.
Yep. I don't think the stigma is there anymore. Like that, you can't do that.
I fucking
anymore.
hope not. I'm just saying because
Cyberpunk.
its drops are Cyberpunk doesn't register on the level. If there's those kind of things in GTA 6, it's gonna be headline fucking news. Every part of this game is.
It'll be
headline
on
news.
Fox News.
It'll
It
be
won't be on
Fox,
any
it'll
other
be-
news.
Oh please, it'll be
I have
everywhere.
nipples, Greg.
It'll be trending every fucking where because they're gonna pull this game apart. In every fucking way. Red Dead doesn't register the way that Grand Theft Auto does. They could have got away with shit in Red Dead that they just never pushed the limits with. GTA 6 is by far the most under the microscope anticipated thing. Maybe the Star Wars fucking prequel movies? That was like, when we learned, and I was a kid, so I don't really have a good feel for it. But when people learned, when Star Wars fans found out, oh, there's a prequel, you're getting the Clone Wars or whatever, you're getting Anakin
I was
Skywalker.
like 17.
That's getting
That
bigger.
was probably one of the most anticipated events in the history of media.
And the Avengers movie, the first one, was pretty like.
That was hype.
Yeah.
They were
But
building.
no, I
really-
agree. The prequel Star Wars, nothing will ever surpass that in terms of like.
It's 30 years or whatever, 25 years between them.
Yeah.
So now with GTA 6, it seems to be, and that is concerning to me because, for what you said, it doesn't give them the freedom and flexibility to maybe go to places that you want to go. There will be sex scenes. You're having a male-female character. You're having that dynamic.
Are
There's
they
a relationship.
siblings or are they actual?
No, they're in a relationship.
Okay.
They're fucking each other. So
Yeah.
there's gonna be that level of romance,
He
and
fixes the cable.
he does definitely fix the cable.
Don't be
But
obtuse,
I just
Jeffrey.
don't know. Like, you're not gonna see the main character naked. The strip club scenes,
Really?
even in the
You don't think you'll get her naked?
topless, maybe. I don't know.
No.
No, it's because it's
But
the main character. It's the main actress, the person you're.
They'll do more with her in a skimpy outfit that other games could do if she was totally naked.
I think you'll get naked because you got like these new nudity for females is like.
Casual.
Nudity is so much more commonplace now. I mean, look at HBO, look at Game of Thrones. Like they
Well, I was
really, I
gonna
don't
say
see
that.
how they could.
in every show now.
Yeah,
They're
how
just now-
can
there's
how
just-
can they single out GTA?
Sam's
I don't
like,
think
Well, I was
people
gonna
Rockstar
say like
cares.
Why do
Sydney
they-
Sweeney, like she's like is one of the most famous actresses right now, and like every movie she's in or every show she's in, tits.
Listen,
Thank God.
the first time that
Oh,
you
yeah.
see an ass jiggle on GTA is gonna be a watermark
there's
moment.
There's a difference between ass jiggling in a thong or ass jiggling with no panties.
However, it jiggles.
It's also Miami too.
The
so, like,
reverberations
the
will
rules in
be
Miami
felt
Are,
by everyone.
it's almost
literally.
lawless, like in Miami.
All right,
It's
well.
Florida man.
I'm gonna go jerk off. I'll see you guys later.
You guys are sick.
Help!
I mean, hey, they already have strip clubs in GTA 5, and like
There's
it's
been nudity
it's
on almost
pretty
every HBO
crazy
show,
as
right?
it is. So, yeah,
Well, if there is a game that would be HBO quality, it's Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? There's few things that rise.
They'll
to
never
the,
do an NC-17 game.
You can't. I thought, dude.
What
I'm
does it
playing,
take to
I'm
become an
I'm playing
NC-17
Cyberpunk,
game?
and I'm actually surprised at the amount of sexuality that there is.
Yeah, it's just the next TV show.
I'm just surprised at the level of sex that's actually in this game. It makes sense. It makes it more real. It makes it more tangible because
It's
we
androgynous,
live in
like-
the era. Well, we live in the era of
The androgynous
bring up
one.
porno,
Gold Dust.
OnlyFans, instant
Where
dial-up.
it's
of
more like
Link in the
smutty, sleazy, slimy,
very
smoky, like
corporate,
corporate.
yeah,
you know,
totally
kinda-
down your throat. Like
Yeah.
they're taking advantage of the fact that we're fucking animals and
What's
we
the
want
character's
fuck.
name with the shaved head? Like,
Oh, the hot hacker.
Yeah. what's her name?
I forgot.
You talking about?
Judy.
Judy. Oh,
she's
yeah.
the one that
Judy Alvarez.
Yeah.
She's you can only bang her if you're a chick though.
That's
in
why
the
I'm
game.
saying. That's why I played it twice. 'Cause you got the scene that she's in is the hottest scene in the game.
I don't know. Pan Am had a crazy one.
No,
Griffith
Judy.
said all the way to Oz.
Judy was the
Somebody
best.
brings
yeah,
up
Oz.
Oz.
Oh, hey, thank
Men
you.
getting raped in the
None of them.
showers.
I was talking about this earlier with somebody at work.
Spartacus.
Nobody else will watch Oz,
watch a lot of
and
that.
it's such a great show, but you guys won't watch it because there's some dicks.
I didn't
You
watch
look away. You,
It
There's
was
a lot
probably the first show to
There's
really
a lot of
do
dicks
that.
in Spartacus, and that's probably top 3 or 4 shows from my list all time.
It doesn't make or break it. It's just like, oh, I didn't need to see that. Thanks.
But it's also like Roman times and Spartan times, so there's a lot
As
of
a
sex.
Farouks.
There's definitely some measure from this. The Spartans were a little. People don't admit that. But yeah, no, Cyberpunk, highly recommend. Grand Theft Auto 6. Man, when are we going to get a trailer? This is like, we are
It's
just
fucking April,
clamoring at
and
this
there's nothing.
game, dude.
This game's not
yet.
coming out this year. There's no way.
If we don't have a trailer by May, it's delayed. And even then, by May, we'll get the
Well, we're
delay
talking about a
announcement.
trailer. You got to have actual an actual gameplay demo, or
No,
the game
they
has
don't
to
do
be
that.
like.
They don't do that. We will get one static image. We will get the announcement. Will be this.
You're gonna put one image
One
out
image-
until,
no,
and its
no.
game's gonna come out
no,
September,
no,
October.
No. One image. You're not hearing me. There will be one image with a date on it, and that's all they got to put out. They don't have to do anything more. They don't have to tantalize us anymore, tease us with it. There'll be and that's when the trailer's going to come out, right? And then we're going to get the second, and what I think will be the last trailer, that will end with the announcement release date or month.
Yeah.
Maybe not even the day, but
So you're
October.
you're
September,
confident this year.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm too.
At this point, couple of things.
They have no excuse.
No, well, couple
It's
of
been
things-
so many years. They have no excuse.
There's always an excuse.
I also blame Xbox Series S. But there's a couple of things that kind of hint at it. And one thing that they did that was surprising, they back updated Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PC with ray traced global illumination systems. So I don't know, it's a little bit technical, but it makes all the lighting sources real. So all the shadows are real. They're pretty more or less. There's a few specifically foliage in GTA 5 is not proper, but global
yet in Red
for
Dead
them
somehow it
to
is.
put that system on a game that's 12 years old. They already said this system comes from Grand Theft Auto 6, and they backported it to GTA 5 and GTA Online for the PC just to kind of test it out, make sure everything looks right, works well. It's very polished. Some of the most detailed technical reviewers went through it. It is an extremely good system, and for it to work so well on a game that's so fucking old, it's almost shocking that they would even do it. But they've invested so much in the future engine that they were happy to port it back because it gives them an opportunity to test. You know that game is in the books. The game is done. And all they're doing right now is bug testing it to death. They're finding every crevice in that game. They're driving every boat into every corner, into every tree, killing everything you need to do to bug test this game proper. So it does not launch like Cyberpunk. So it launches polished.
I think they learned
and there's never
through
been
watching them touch the stove that
It's
they can't do that.
it's like almost like the pessimist in me to think that it's not possible at this point,
I get you.
because everything that is said it was going to be come out in a huge release in the last 5 to 7 years has had some sort of bugs in it or some
Let
sort
down.
of let down because the online wasn't ready yet, and this wasn't ready yet, and they didn't get their battle pass yet, and Halo didn't only have a couple of maps. Like, it's just, there's always something. It's like every game that comes out, it's not complete.
Yep.
It's just takes a patch.
Just
Update.
remove the
Day
idea
one update. Day one update. Did you get the day one update? Day one update.
Well, there will be, of course, but remove the idea of online launching in the first 90 days of the actual game launching. Just remove
It
that.
was
idea.
2 weeks for GTA 5, or was it a
I
month?
think we're
It was
well,
1 month or
it was
2 weeks, I
it was
think.
a couple months. I thought it was a month or two.
was
I thought it was at
definitely
least 6 weeks.
At least like a couple months.
Because I remember, because I was like, I
was
knew
clamoring. I remember.
I
we
was
were
clamoring,
talking every day.
and I knew that was going to become like the thing, and I was upset that it wasn't available at launch,
but
also
terrible
grateful
when it
because
launched.
you need to be able to play the story first. October 1st, 2013. So when
Yeah.
did GTA come out? Just regular GTA.
September. It was definitely right around Joe's birthday.
September 17th.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks.
So it was 2 weeks.
I don't think we see it in the
2
first
weeks.
3 months. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because of
I think
we're
it's a month.
talking about something separate. GTA Online being separate. It's like not.
Once you beat the game, and there's going to be
Most
a
people
lot.
walk
'cause
away.
You look at Red Dead, I mean, when you consider all the side quests and all the extra stuff. But once you beat the game, there's not really a reason to play anymore, except for online.
Completionist stuff.
No, I think
Completionists,
there's
but most
there's
people aren't
always a reason to
completionists.
play the game. Like, I had friends who, they would just come over and they would stay on one block and just keep just stealing cars and running people over,
Oh, sure.
infinitely, not actually.
I'm not saying
playing-
there's no replayability, but the online for GTA is what made that game
It gave it the
last
longevity.
10 years. And I think they're aware of that. And once you beat the story and you're emotionally fucked up from it, because it's going to fuck us all up emotionally, something's going to happen, that
The other reason I think
breaks your heart.
is to what you just said is that the company knows how important it is. And when GTA Online launched, it was broken. It was a version of Cyberpunk.
It's going to be impossible for
were
it to not.
very,
It's going to
like-
break no matter what.
well, definitely.
People are going to fucking
Try to break
DNC
it.
attack it
yeah,
just
take it
to
down.
fucking fuck with everybody, because
Yeah.
that's the world we live in now,
Alright, my
where people
last
want to ruin good
Question
things.
on GTA before we wrap up: is it going to launch at the $69 range, or is it just going to be base valued at $99?
No. I think it'll launch with a $70, and then you'll have probably 2 or 3. You'll have a collectible version that might edge towards
Limited
$200.
edition,
Yeah.
season pass.
My biggest
shark
question:
card.
will there be a physical version?
I mean, there'll always
How could there
be
not be?
some aspect
What if
of
you
a
have a-
physical version.
Some of the most recent fucking titles have no physical launch. I think Death Stranding 2 has no physical launch.
Not-
Crazy.
It's not GTA though.
I'm just saying.
I
but
think it'll be $100,
I don't think they want to.
and I'll pay it. And I'm not going to
Here's the
complain.
thing:
You're saying
Their
base value
game-
$100?
Base value $100.
their game is worth that in every single way.
Yep.
But A, they don't need to do it because they'll move enough units to not have to do that. B, that sets the bar. That resets the bar for every suck dick
gonna
Ubisoft game
it's gonna
to launch at
ruin-
$99 fucking
It's
dollars.
going to ruin gaming.
Nobody
And
wants
then
to be
people
responsible
aren't
for
going to
that.
buy them, and they'll learn real quick
Oh,
the
yeah,
invisible
that's
hand
true.
of
They're gonna
capitalism.
kill that poor woman.
The invisible hand of capitalism. People are willing to pay, and I'm not talking like I'm some super ultra capitalist, but people will be willing to pay $100, and maybe they'll even gripe about it. I won't.
Nobody would
Okay,
gripe.
That's
$100.
not what he's saying.
Charge me
That's not what I'm
$200.
saying.
That's not what he's
But
saying.
not the
but
game.
if Ubisoft tries to release Assassin's Creed at $100, people just be like, no. You know
You
what I
don't know
mean?
that.
That's the
What if
difference.
the-
It'll be a
No,
rude
but that's-
awakening
It
if they
won't
try
be
to do that.
$99, but they'll bump it to $79 then.
The interesting,
That-
what
that'll
he's
be
saying
creep.
is
That'll
it'll,
be-
it'll,
they're already
it'll
pretty much
change the
is.
dynamic of the base value of the base
Games.
entry level game to some sort of fee that's higher than where it's at now.
It actually
It's going to raise the value of what we're paying for games.
It does shock me though when I look back at those old Toys R Us, catalogs, and it's like Killer Instinct was $65. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
what?
dude! I paid
What in the-
$79 for Shadows of the Empire
What?
on Nintendo
I
64
can't believe that.
at
That's-
Toys R Us. That wasn't like resale value. $80 Star Wars Shadows of the Empire Nintendo 64 when it came out. $80
But you can still get games like Split Fiction, which is $49.
And I paid $10.
It's pretty good for-
what was it? $20 for NFL 2K5.
They're shorter games,
Yes.
though. You're not going to get as many play.
No,
hours out
but
of
you're
that
getting
is-
you're getting your value, you're getting your money's worth there. But I'm just saying, like, you could still get the game.
It takes some money. If it
It's, all,
fucks you
it's
up.
also,
But-
it also comes down to name. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So Chris thinks base 99.
And you know what? Like I don't.
It's because you'd be happy to. Pay. I'd be happy.
No,
to pay
I wouldn't.
too,
I would much rather it be 60. Don't get me wrong, because I know I'm buying it, and if I know I have to spend another $40, that sucks. But if any game can command it, and like you really just have to take it and not say nothing, is GTA. And also the amount of time that they put into
Missing
it.
the point again.
Yeah, I know.
I think I'm missing the point.
Missing the
What
point.
point am I missing?
You're saying that GTA is such a high quality game it doesn't matter that they put it at 9, it's worth 99. I get that. I understand that. What you're not understanding is if they set that precedent at $99 for their base game, nothing extra, no add-on, not collector's edition, they're basically saying to the rest of the gaming industry, this is acceptable now.
I don't
This
agree
is
with
okay.
that.
Because if you make a high quality game, people will pay $100.
I understand that concern, and I worry about that too. I'm not saying like nope, but I just think the reality is, again, if you look at the invisible hand, as they call it, of the market, other people might want to do that and try to use that as pretext. Other developers may try to use that. Well, GTA was, so now we could do it, right?
But maybe they
and
don't
they're
go
going to learn real
maybe
quick.
They don't go to 99. Maybe they go to 79 or
That
or
I could see.
89.
Maybe it'll raise the, but we're already there. I mean, like, if you want to, I mean, yeah, you can still buy the $60
There's
version,
games
but
that
who
come
wants
out
to
that
do
are
that?
Not worth $60 to $70. They're fucking half-assed, fucking not fully fucking fleshed out, fucking not complete games. They're glitchy. They're buggy. They need updates. Like
They'll learn real quick that they can't charge that. I mean,
Also,
maybe
who
it
sets
might
the
go up
price?
$10
The
more.
The question also too is like, who sets the price? Because it might not be Rockstar, might be Take Two.
Take Two,
Take
whatever
Two's
it may
the
be.
publisher.
I mean, they
Who
could say you spent
publishes
10 fucking
WWE.
years.
They
you know?
publish WWE. They publish all the 2Ks, everything 2Ks from Take Two.
Yeah.
It may not be even Rockstar's choice or decision.
we could talk GTA until the fucking sun comes up.
Hell,
Bottom line
of
is,
course.
we're still a fall
Waiting.
away.
We're waiting. 6 months, hopefully.
And before
Got through
then,
winter now. We need to get through spring and summer.
we do have Metal Gear Solid
a
Delta.
lot of great
When is
games
that
coming
again?
out.
I think I
August.
said August.
August, yeah. Hard
So,
date. Hard
I'll be
launch
here
date.
before we know it, you know?
Still a long time away.
Yeah, but I can't wait for that. I don't know if we have any other good games coming up before then.
There's a handful.
Silent Hill F. Did
Uh,
you see the trailer for that?
That looks fucking cool. I
Yeah.
started playing Death Stranding because it was on sale. It's Kojima. At first, very
Playing a lot of
hesitant.
games right now.
It looked, yeah. I'm kind of flipping around. I'm lost. But I wanted to try it. I was very curious about it because I saw the trailer for Death Stranding 2. It had such a feel of Metal Gear and Kojima, and I was like, and it had more gunplay. It looked like, whereas Death Stranding 1, a lot of the trailers were about like walking the cargo. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't want to do that. But then when I started this game, it has that level of immersion that Kojima can only do. It feels like you're playing an experience and not just like, oh, you're watching it because of cutscenes. Like, no, just this level of every button on the controller matters. Like, he uses every resource at his disposal, whether it's the quality of the mocap, the actors that are in the game. What you're doing in the game actually becomes more compelling. This walking around, what you're moving and why. There's a story there that you're like, oh, this is fucking interesting, this post-apocalyptic world.
It's fucking.
It started off with a bang. First 20 minutes of the game was just like, what? I didn't expect this. So, Death
Borderlands
Stranding 2
4.
comes out in June.
Borderlands 4 from
that's
Griffith.
that's a September launch. That's in the window of allegedly the Grand Theft Auto launch. So that'll be tough. I don't think I'll jump on board. A lot of these games
Doom
too.
is going to be the next big game that comes out.
Oh, Doom looks fun.
Doom.
A lot of these games, I'm waiting. You know, I get this Death Stranding $20. I can wait right now for a lot of this stuff. I am at the age where I don't need it right away, like launch day. There's probably 3 or 4 titles. Snake Eater, obviously, that's a pre-order. Grand Theft Auto pre-order, but those are probably the 2 games that I'm like, yeah, have to play. I'm still in the back catalog. I'm kind of browsing through. I want to play GTA 4 again.
You've never played Snake Eater,
Never played, never touched, never seen.
so you just finished Solid, and now you didn't. Are you on
I'm in 2. I'm in the middle of 2. So I'm in the early stages of 2 with Raiden.
Talk more about that.
Well, yeah, we'll
after.
get there when I really play through. But yeah, so I
You're
think we
gonna
got
be
a lot
up
of
in
good
6
shit.
hours.
Help.
Let's cut it.
All right, Rob. Well, ceremoniously, you have to end the show.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe and follow button. Please tell your friends. Snoochie Boochies, and may the force be with you.
He's falling asleep.
He's doing it.
3, 2, 1.
Woo! 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 Oh, show!
Oh, Titus
my
O'Neil.
God, you can table and the computer just shook.
It is. No one was mad that you cut the whole.
You can go anywhere.
Do I do with that?
And the Macho Madness and the Hulkamania.
On top of that, you're the best wrestler of all time. So I absolutely adore you.
For being the cream of the crop, yeah.
Let's go!
Fucking idiot. You have no idea what you're fucking talking about. God. They were saying Sony apparently said that the PlayStation 5. You fucking suckers! Is that the end of it? Or
Every pixel of the game engine into the face.
Can't say
Dallas.
what did I, when that's like part of my Christmas